Set the banner. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just make sure people's waiting. We appreciate y'all for waiting patiently. Make sure we're here on time. Welcome back to another episode of By Any Means. I'm your host, JRob. I got a nice cast here of people. The first things first, I just want to say, if you want to be a part of Players Choice community, shout out to our GOAT members. Shout out to Hermias, MR, Alejandro Rodriguez, Terry, and IDWC. If you want to be a part of Players Choice community, link below. Obviously, new content has just started to be released. If y'all saw that PC Weekend video, go make sure I check that out right now. It's finally up. It's doing numbers on the first day it got released. Definitely one for the books. More PC Weekend content coming soon. Make sure y'all tap in. And with that being said, to my lovely cast, Jalen, Cowboy, Go to JJ, and somebody I haven't seen in a minute, Tegan Randolph. How are you? How are you guys doing? And welcome to By Any Means, y'all.
What's up, JRob? How you been,
good?
man?
What's good?
We
I'm
good, man.
Good. We good.
It's off season, baseball coming, but football's about to come, right? Start of season coming up soon.
Best time of the year coming soon, man. The best time of the year.
Days, bro.
Yep.
Best time of the year is coming soon. But today we got a few topics that I think are actually about to be crazy fire, great debates. I really want to hear y'all impressions on certain things that's going on. I got a few topics I personally want to discuss, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously is NFL preseason. I don't think out of any year have I been like thirsting over football like this NFL preseason. I think obviously this is one of those years. This is one of those years where we had multiple quarterbacks going the first round. Damn, Tegan.
Let's see. Unboxing the package.
Is that you right there? That's Tegan?
No, he's muted.
No, that's not Tegan. Who is that? Y'all hear that? All right, that's good. I don't know what that was. All right, anyway, obviously there was 4 guys going to win the first round. 3 guys going to win the first round. Obviously, they're guys like C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson's upside, and Bryce Young and what he's done in his career. I think we really had 3. Hold on, we got one more demon showing up to the party. One more demon to the mix.
Yo.
We got one more demon to the mix. We got one more demon in the mix. We got one more demon in the mix. Yeah, we got one more demon in the mix. One more demon in the mix.
I need to go get some Advil, bro. I can't deal with this headache right now, bro.
Yup, we here. Hey, we here. And actually, you know what? Since he's here, I'm about to just plug the show. Open Field, first episode of Open Field this Thursday. Me, Mookie, Bama versus the world. Whoever wants to come get this smoke with any one of us 3, that is your time to come up. We siphoning people in and out. So if this is your opportunity, you got smoke for Mookie, you got smoke for me, or you got smoke for Bama, you got that opportunity to come up there and talk about it. The first thing we talking about is Mahomes all ready to go. That'll be a conversation for Thursday. We'll get into that then. But right now, we're talking about the preseason. So we had 3 quarterbacks. Actually, we had 4 rookies, more than that, but 4 rookies who stood out to me either because of their draft stock or because of how they played. And I would like to know, everybody up here, I want to know what your first impressions are of some of these rookie quarterbacks that had their debuts. Who would you like the most? What was the most concerning? And your thoughts of any of these guys going into the season.
So
Anybody can set it off.
Being a Colts fan, I got my eyes on the Colts. I got my eyes on Anthony Richardson. Coming around to college, he was a guy, super athlete. Everyone said it was a project. I actually think that project might be a little quicker than people think. I'm not mad at what I've seen from him, the past couple games here. He threw an ugly pick. I get it, but, he got 7 for 12, 67 yards, showing the mobility. I'm okay with him, taking a little bit of time showing off his arm, but I think Richardson has a lot of potential here.
I dig it.
I 100% agree with that. And one thing that I want to bring up about that Richardson point is you can tell that coaching staff is telling him the right things, because as soon as he got back in the game, I don't think he was necessarily fazed by that interception. You can tell as soon as he got to the sidelines. Like, I think that Anthony Richardson is a guy who's bought in, right? his coaches were probably telling him, yeah, this is a part of the process. These things are going to happen. And I think Anthony Richardson is very self-aware.
Yeah, JJ, that's your mic, bro. I think because you got that headset sticking out or something. I don't know, but that's your mic.
I agree with you, Cowboy. I agree with what you're saying.
Go ahead, Cowboy. Say that last part again. My bad.
Like, I think that he's very self-aware of what he is. Like, I think he understands I'm not as refined as a guy as, let's just say, like Trevor Lawrence coming out of college. But I think he's really buying into what the coaching staff is selling. And I think that that's a really good offensive coaching staff over there with Shane Steichen. So overall, like, I think that, like, the quarterback that I feel the best about coming out of, like, this weekend is Anthony Richardson. But Dorian Thompson-Robinson had the best performance this past weekend out of all the rookies. No doubt in my mind.
Easily. Hold on, let me just introduce one more person. Shout out to my guy Trey Neal. We've been trying to collab this up for maybe a year, Trey. This might be a year in the making. I'm happy you came up. It's been a minute. So for those who don't know, my dog Trey, another fellow Division I athlete, we actually played against each other in college. They literally smacked us every time, except 1 year. Actually, we beat them once, I think. We beat them once. But I'm like 3-1 against Trey in my career. That them teams at UCF were already good before they went over to the Big 12. Just so y'all know, them teams, what they were doing at UCF been going on for at least maybe the last 8 to 9 years now, and they're finally getting that recognition for it. But if you really don't know why Trey is really that guy, Trey was on that undefeated team that knocked off LSU, that turned Joe Burrow into a demon, actually, the year after. Obviously, he also played at Nebraska under the Scott Foster regime. Trey Neal, welcome to Players' Choice, my brother. I'm finally glad to have you up here,
man.
Yeah.
Y'all boys, man. Appreciate you for having me on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I want to thank you for turning Joe Burrow into a demon. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. Shout out Joe Shiesty.
Wild.
Yeah, that game was crazy. That team was absolutely loaded. That UCF team, I'll say, maybe biased. I also played American. One of the best teams ever in college football, but won't get the credit because of, at the time not being Power 5. But that's one of the best teams ever, literally. Yeah. Team was absolutely loaded. So, Trey, right now we're talking about first impressions from this year's preseason. Thoughts on the rookie quarterbacks? We're really focused on the rookies. Which rookies did you like the most? Any grades? Any first impressions?
DTR, man, he looked good. He looked really good. I mean, just coming out smooth, efficient. I mean, you can't ask for more, especially from a rookie. And then he's showing off his wheels. I'm surprised he went 5th round. We were talking about that in the Players' Choice chat. We thought he'd go 3rd, 4th, kind of like where Hurts went. That's pretty much what we've been comping him to, is like a little Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So for him to fall so far, it's crazy. But he's definitely played the best. And then, some of the other guys, I mean, they're rookies, so they're gonna have their ups and downs. But they've all looked. I mean, I think they've looked pretty good so far. They've had their moments. They flashed a little bit, and that's all you can ask for them to do.
Yeah. Mookie, JJ, Teagan.
I think the fact that no one's mentioned Staquavius Bennett looking good in his first game, man. I mean, it's expected as he's like 25 years old, but still, like, we're talking about a dude that people were talking to be potentially undrafted, and he looks as poised as ever. And people really try to credit Georgia's talent around him. Yeah. And he still looks like the same guy, as poised as ever, making the right reads. I mean, he's not going to wow you with any arm talent, but I mean, if Stafford's struggling and you look at Sean McVay, you got to feel a little bit better knowing that there's a guy that's at least going to be able to get the ball into the playmakers' hands. The few playmakers in the Rams offense, but you still got Cooper Kupp, Cam Akers, and guys that you got to feel good about getting that kind of value late into the draft.
Yeah, but I'm not even surprised by Stetson Bennett. I'm gonna be honest. First of all, like you said, I think the age thing is a factor. He's played a lot of football. This kid's been playing football since he was in junior college as a starter. I think he clearly knows how to play with talent. Getting your playmakers of football, let them make you look good. And it's clear he knows how to be in a system. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, the way he looked outside of DTR, of the rookies, I was really impressed with him just because first of all, he throws with rhythm. He's not trying to do too much. And, sometimes the hardest thing, I think, with rookies is just being able to get to your second read. You know what I'm saying? And I think Stetson has already shown the ability to go through a progression at this stage in his game, which should be expected. JJ, Mookie, what y'all think?
Hey, I'm still tweaking.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
All right. For one, I do agree with Tegan on a lot of that stuff that he said about Stetson in general. Stetson being an older guy, I mean, that's expected out of him. But the vibes that I get from him is the same vibes that even when Brock Purdy was quote unquote Mr. Irrelevant, and I remember that pick even happening. It's like I get those vibes because like at the end of the day, those guys like the one thing I will, even though I y'all don't know this, but I don't have a lot of like save for Brock Purdy. I don't really like. I feel like he's everything they say about him is still like very high and high regarded what he is. But the one thing I will say is that he's a professional and that he understands. Like if I'm getting this job, I gotta be on my P's and Q's already. And so him already knowing how to go through all the progressions and stuff like that is the same thing I see in Stetson Bennett and stuff like that.
Right.
And Stetson Bennett being the older guy, he has to understand that that's the same thing for him. Like, bro, I shouldn't have even had a shot. And then I'm over here doing dumb stuff too. I gotta be on my P's and Q's too, right? So let me go ahead and go out here in this preseason and let me try to get something going. DTR on the other hand, bro, it is what it is, bro. He's good at football, bro.
He's good at football.
Like, bro, like if Deshaun Watson ends up not working out for real, and I pray that won't happen. If they put DTR in there and he goes and he starts like, doing some crazy stuff with those weapons around him, you can see a whole new era of Cleveland Browns football out of nowhere, bro. And it just came out the blue. And Anthony Richardson, for him, his biggest thing was, they think, his inconsistencies as a player, all that stuff, he's very raw as a talent. Same thing that, that's why they compare him to give them little Josh Allen comparisons, which even if they are fair comparisons,
Who?
Josh Allen.
Who got Josh Allen for comparison?
AR-15.
Don't do it.
God damn.
Yo, don't do it. Don't do it. That's a good comp. That's a good comp. It's a fair comp. That's a fair comp, bro. That's a fair comp.
Ooh, I don't know about that, but go ahead.
Okay, anyways, but just the fact of the matter is AR is just such a raw prospect, but his talent, his arm talent, the fact that him as a runner is going to be so dangerous in the next couple of years, no matter even if he doesn't pan out to what he can be, and just him on the ground game in general is just going to be still a threat, just right there, you feel me? And just maybe if JT comes back, it's going to make it even better. But AR is already shown improvement from even what he was in college in this preseason. And of course, you take the preseason with a grain of salt, you feel me? But when you out there on that field, at the end of the day, he's playing football and he's out here putting the ball in his playmaker's hands. And he threw that pick, but then right after that, he came back out there and he handled business, bro. And that's all. Yeah, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
I think that first pick, I'm not losing too much in that first pick either, because you could just tell he tried to do some college shit. Throw off platform, sidearm. Like he tried to do some college shit and they made him pay for it, but now he's never going to do that again. You know what I'm saying?
And last but not least, Bryce Young in his game, you know what I'm saying? Bryce Young, they kept him in for a little while. It's kind of wild. It was wild for me. I was just seeing the fact that he played over the entire first half and like, bro. Sheesh.
And he was getting tackled, bro.
He was getting
no protection. No protection.
I will say this though. Go ahead, Tegan.
Oh, no, I was just about to point out his drop back is the most casual drop back I've ever seen from a rookie quarterback.
But I actually really like it. I'm actually a fan. Like, it shows his poise.
Oh, no, for sure. But I've never seen someone so calm step back in the pocket at the size that he is. Like, objectively, you look at his size, you'd think that he's at least a little happy feet with it. But no, he drops back, takes 2 steps back, and he was getting pummeled. They need to protect him so much.
Bro, it's like he walks back when he drops back, actually. He just takes one big step back and then comes back and he's just playing it. But I think it's okay that I like that they keep him in the gun. Don't make his little ass play out of the shotgun. That wouldn't even make sense to me. To me, like, Trey remembers as we play in Mackenzie Milton, he's like 5'11", 6 foot. Why would you ever have him play under center?
Never.
It's no point. It's no point. Give him some space to see and let him just be the playmaker that he is. So I definitely agree with that. Mookie, anybody who impressed you, any rookies that you like from their opening debuts this preseason?
I don't think anybody at their quarterback position impressed me off of one preseason game. But I got my eyes on a couple of quarterbacks. Just for the little film that I watched of a guy Anthony Richardson. I mean, listen, look, the guy can stand in the pocket, he can throw, but I got a big concern about him, and that's how he deal with pressure coming up the middle. Like it seemed like the throws that he made against the Bills was when his feet is set, but when he's getting pressure in that pocket, and when pressure comes in the middle, I mean, how well does with pressure coming up in the middle as well, right? How well does he sense the pressure, go through his progression, find the right reads? I mean, I think he's a cool little quarterback, but do I think he's going to be this odd world Josh Allen? Freaking no, hell no. But
so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you.
Yeah,
let me ask you this question, Mookie, because let me ask you this. So, who do you think has more upside, Anthony Richardson or Josh Allen?
Like coming from college?
Out of college, who do you think have more upside coming out of school?
You could say Richardson. Because I really don't. I mean, I look at college, but I'm not really that into college football like that. You know what I'm saying? I just assess quarterbacks how they do in NFL
Right.
talent. You know what I'm saying? I think preseason, when people sit there and say, "Oh, it's just a preseason," I think preseason you got to assess them as well, right? So I think that when I look at Anthony Richardson, yes, you can say that when coming out to college, he had more little upside, but I think that it's a different between coming out of college and then what you're actually going to produce in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So I just see some concerns for him as well. I won't sit there and say he's going to be his projection is Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Because I just do think that Josh Allen took a massive leap. We talk about in terms of a passer, and he always had a cannon of an arm. But just put the full thing together. You know what I'm saying? But right now, listen, I got my eyes on a couple of quarterbacks this preseason. I'm continuing to still watch. You know what I'm saying? This the preseason. I like the preseason as well. So yeah. I don't think any other quarterback impressed me in preseason.
Yeah. Go ahead, JJ.
I was just saying, if you want to talk about projections and what he can be, if we're talking about what he can be, he will be better than Josh Allen. If we're talking about what he can be, if he falls, he could be better.
Yeah, he could be like a fusion of like Josh Allen, because the thing is, he has a stronger arm than Cam coming out, but he got like the build of Josh Allen, but the athleticism of Cam. It's like he's like a fusion of like a lot of the great parts of a few different guys, and ultimately, this is my thing, and this is why I always say, and this is why we're going to, when we get into our next topic about Trey Lance, this is why I say you got to let guys go out there and crash and burn a little bit, because even when Anthony Richardson out there, and shout out to my guy Justin Henry, he made a phenomenal point. He was like, even if, and he's talking fantasy about like just drafting Anthony Richardson, regardless if Anthony Richardson is able to throw for 3,000 yards this season, he's going to score at least 8 to 10 touchdowns on the ground, just because of his legs alone. And this year, easy.
I mean, look at Fields last year.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's why I said let him go out there and figure it out, because even if, let's just say, for example, even if the passing part of it is still a work in progress, this kid is going to just make plays because of his God-given talent. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like, people forget, and I'm not calling him Peyton Manning, but most of us got Peyton Manning as one of the 5 greatest quarterbacks to ever do it. His rookie year, go look at those numbers. Oh my God. Look at, he threw 30 garbage. He threw 30 picks. Go look at those numbers. But then the year after, he was clearly a top 5 quarterback the second year in the NFL. It shows the progression. So I'm always a big fan of, I always say, if I draft a quarterback in the top 5, even I'm just saying the first round, period. If I draft you in the first round, you're going to play, and it's not going to be pretty every day. And it's all good. So for me, ultimately, looking at all the quarterbacks from the preseason, my favorite one actually was DTR, then Stetson. I got them like 1A, 1B based on what I've seen, because I really think both of them have handled themselves really good. I'm going to give some kudos to Sean Clifford with the Packers. I don't know if y'all watched that. Sean Clifford was pretty good too. I'm going to give him some love. But I'm with you, Trey. I don't know how DTR, like, I watch a lot of UCLA games because I'm a big, Tegan knows this. I'm a big college football guy. So I'll stay up at 10 o'clock to watch them Pac-12, Mountain West games.
Pac-12. Rest
in peace to the Pac-12. Rest in peace, for real. Rest in peace to the Pac-12. That'll be a conversation for another week. But rest in peace to the Pac-12. But those 10 o'clock Mountain West on Friday and Saturday night games, I watched those games. I watched a lot of DTR this year. And DTR, he got a lot of juice to him. He got a lot of juice. And I will say this, if you looked at that UCLA team, I don't care what nobody says. I know a lot of people say they like the running backs and the defense they had this year in the Pac-12. That team overachieved. Because of DTR.
Better every single year he was at, and not to mention Chip Kelly unlocked him.
And people forget D.T.R. was a wide receiver. He played quarterback. He's literally only been playing quarterback relatively from his end of his junior year, so his senior year to now. It's about 6 years of playing the position. You know what I'm saying? At this level. And he looked like he has a full grasp of the offense. If I'm the Browns, I don't know if I'm another team that needs a quarterback, I don't know if I'm just gonna not let this kid just sit. Especially with the way the league is changing. If I'm like in Atlanta and Desmond Ridder doesn't work out, or if I'm maybe like in Tampa Bay or something, and I can't go into the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, I look at a DTR and be like, maybe I should bring him into a camp and see what this quarterback competition look like, because I think he got a lot of talent. And the fact that he went to the 5th round was really a travesty, because I think he should have been a 2nd, 3rd round potential picks. I think he has all the tools. But moving topics, Trey Lance, y'all. Trey Lance. I need to hear what everybody has to say, because this topic has been weighing on me. Me and Trent got into an argument about this thing. Is the Trey Lance trade hands down or in what maybe top 5 worst trade of all time?
I mean, I definitely not the worst. That Herschel Walker deal. I mean, I think that'll go down as the worst trade in NFL and maybe in sports history. I mean, that's a debate for that. But so that's first. I mean, giving up it was 3 first-round draft picks to move up from that 12th to 3rd spot. Them worst trades. I don't think Trey Lance has been given a fair shot yet. Like, he's had the injuries. He just hasn't been given enough reps. I think enough starts to really know what he is. Right. So I don't want to trash on him completely yet, because again, there's just not enough sample size for us to judge him.
The timing is terrible.
But that's the point, though. That's the point, though, Jalen.
So that's the thing. So if we haven't seen him, do you think he's been given the opportunity to excel? Has he been put in the best position to succeed?
No, I don't. But that's Kyle Shanahan's fault. Because when you took him with the 3rd pick of the draft, you were supposed to let Jimmy G walk. This kid only played 19 games in his college career coming into the season. Coming into his NFL career. What do people expect?
So the real problem is Shanahan. He was stuck between, because their roster's loaded. Like,
yeah.
They're win now mode.
Contenders. You don't really have time wasting those prime years of those guys trying to ease a dude in. That's where Kyle Shanahan was kind of stuck. That's why he kept Jimmy G.
Then he should have went for Aaron Rodgers. Should have gave all them picks up to go get Aaron Rodgers.
Looking back,
or go get Tom Brady. Like, don't get a rookie with the 3rd pick and be like. And this is why I say sometimes general managers and front offices think they smarter than everybody else.
They overthought it, man. Like, you watch him in the preseason, just for example, like, he plays timid because he knows if he messes up, he's right back in the doghouse in a 3-team. Because let's be real, Sam Darnold's in this race.
Yes.
Sam Darnold pretty much in this race.
Thank you. Say that again. Say that again, Cowboys Bebop. Darnold Duck, bro.
Darnold Duck.
No, for real. Like, I'm talking to a Jets fan.
He comes off of injury. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, goes on that run. You live with the what if in the NFC Championship of what if Brock Purdy plays. And so Trey Lance originally goes into this offseason thinking, all right, I didn't get a real opportunity. I got injured. I didn't play good against that Bears game, but it was a damn tsunami. So let me go into this offseason and see if I could beat out Mr. Irrelevant. They bring in Sam Darnold, who, for what it's worth, he's a talented kid. He just hasn't put it together. Like, there's a reason why he got drafted that high.
It's over. It's over, bro.
I don't even know why y'all even question that. Sam Darnold. It's done.
This is my thing when you talk about talent. This is my thing when you talk about the talent part. Cool, he could run a little bit. First of all, his throwing motion been wacky. He's been wacky since USC. And at the end of the day, the same inconsistencies. Look, when your preparation and your talent not meeting the same thing, I don't care how talented you are no more, man. Like, it don't. Like, if Trey Lance can't beat the backup over Sam Darnold, bro, like.
And see, I think that's like you said, JRob. Some of the reads he's making, it's like you're making rookie mistakes, and you're in year 3. Like, I know he might not have physically been on the field, getting those reps, but some of these simple reads he's missing and he's hesitant. And it's like, are you really fully preparing to be an NFL starting quarterback in this league? Like, that's what really separates. And like you were talking about, like some of the other rookies, like Stetson Bennett, those guys. Mentally, they're always locked in. They might
play so much football.
Exactly. They're always locked in though, and that's the thing that I don't know if that's really matching up like
the concerning thing is like you don't even see those wow moments. Like you don't see those moments of like, oh, that's why he was drafted that
He's
high.
not even flashing. He's not flashing.
Yeah.
He's not flashing nothing right now.
Like the Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen, if y'all go look at his rookie year, he was pretty bad. But like Josh Allen was hurdling linebackers, running through lines, like he was doing some wild stuff. And that's why I say like the Anthony Richardson comp, same thing. Like those guys are gonna show some stuff that is like there's only like 2 or 3 people in this whole league that can do that.
Hey,
like
so you let them work through those kinks, and then Josh Allen, you know,
like Josh Allen said, bro. He said he really is quoted saying we go out there and we work. He goes out there, he worked for his stuff, right? And I give him that respect always. You know what I'm saying? Even if people have
ask Jalen Hurts the work he put in.
He goes and puts that, especially Jalen Hurts. But for me, when it comes to Trey Lance, I agree on the fact that, bro, you gotta, if you want to play, bro, you're gonna have to step out there, bro. Like for me, the way I look at him, bro, everything that he has inside, like that was God given to him, bro. He should be able to go out there and say, bro, I'm better than you, Brock Purdy, at the quarterback position. Now let me go out and show why I'm better than you. Let me go out and take the preparation that, like JRob was talking about, that I should be doing, so that way I can prove my worth to this thing. At the end of the day, they like Tegan said, they overthought it because they could have just took Justin Fields immediately. That's what I thought they were going to do either way.
They could have taken Mac Jones.
Bro, I'm about to say, Tegan, they really could have taken Mac Jones, bro.
But at the end of the day, it's not about easing stuff in either, though. Once you took him, bro, I don't care. Bro, I'm putting you in there, and we're going to see what we're going to do. You said you don't think we're going to win. I'm not going to lie, bro. No matter if you didn't think that they were going to win, the main reason why they were even in the position they even had the 3rd pick that year was the fact of the matter is they weren't good because of their injuries. They're a good team, it's just they were injured. So the next year, no matter who was at the quarterback position, in my eyes, they were still going to be able to go anywhere as far, and it wasn't limited by the quarterback, though. That's the thing.
Right.
Everyone says the quarterback is the one that, you know, he's going to limit you. I promise you, in my eyes, on the 49ers, they would not have been limited whatsoever by who their quarterback was, because we just seen that a quarterback can't even throw past 20 yards and they still can make it to the NFC conference. You know what I'm saying? To make the championship.
Let's remember the timeline. 2019, you get to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. That overthrow sticks in your head, and you think, man, if I got Jimmy G and I replace him with a better quarterback, does he make that throw? And I mean, that was the narrative around the 49ers going into that Trey Lance draft.
And yeah, that's it. I agree with you. Like, of course, like when I'm saying like the quarterback doesn't hinder you, like I'm not actually like physically saying. I'm just saying that in the case of the 49ers and who they are as a team, they're a team where like if you can like they're so plug and play when it comes to a quarterback. It's like, you know, it is what it is.
That's my problem, JJ.
That's the Garoppolo effect. I get that. I'm not gonna ever argue that.
But that's my problem.
He still got him there plug and play.
They are plug and play, and that's why you got to see the frustration probably with people of Trey Lance not being able to grasp the offense. That offense ain't that offense is really 1 or 2 reads. It's really not a complicated offense. That's why Jimmy G had minimal success and had success in the offense, throwing minimal passes, throwing 10 attempts, 12 attempts a night, because the first and second reads, guys, are wide open. You got the most creative run game I've ever seen in NFL history, along with this. You literally, because of how creative the Shanahan run game is, you are literally throwing play action plays where guys are wide. Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, guys are wide open because of the way that offense is. And I think the biggest thing is, and Cowboy, I think would agree with me with this, is I really feel like they putting him under center was the worst thing they could have did to him. You like some guys you gotta put him in the gun more. He's doing what, 60-70% of his snaps are under center. I think he did it a bit at North Dakota State, but I think in the league it's a little bit different. It's not the same level as it is in college. And 2, I don't think that gets the best out of his specific skill set. So I don't know. He has happy feet. But my question is, what do you do with him now? Because I really feel like the Shanahan's messed up. The Shanahan's messed up when they just didn't decide to give up the first year they drafted him. Jimmy G, you can walk or be his backup, but we're going to let this kid go out and crash and burn. Go ahead, Cowboy.
You guys pretty much hit on everything I wanted to hit on. Thank God they made that trade, because if they would have kept the 12th pick, take a guess who got picked at number 12?
Michael Parsons.
That year. Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Ended up with Micah Parsons.
Cowboy. So, Cowboy, now that you mentioned that, let me just give you the list of names that were drafted after Trey Lance. Are you ready to hear this, Cowboy? I got the whole name.
Let's hear it.
This
You
is
ready?
a crazy list, bro.
This is the straight Cowboy. Y'all going to look and be like, yo, this is so disgusting. This is going to hurt, bro. So, to all my 49ers fans, I apologize in advance that you're going to have to hear this list. So, you ready? There were 10 picks after Trey Lance. So, from pick to 13. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain II, Devontae Smith, Justin Fields, Michael Parsons at 12, Rashawn Slater. To round out the guys at 13.
All those guys have all pro potential.
All pro potential.
They will all fit on that 49ers team easy right now. They'd be perfect.
Any one of them.
Think of Justin Fields on that team.
All those picks make the trade even worse. That's
that's what makes it worse. Yeah, imagine you bring in Jalen Waddle with you decided to bring Tom Brady out of retirement, or you brought in Aaron Rodgers and you bring in Jalen Waddle with Debo and Brandon Ayuk and everything else they got. There were so many other options. Yeah. So, the Shanahans are 100% at fault. Some people are saying Trey Lance should go play tight end, but that to me, that's not realistic because Trey, you know this. Everybody can't just go and switch positions, bro. That's actually really hard.
I've only seen one dude really kind of do it, which was Terrell Pryor.
Literally.
Terrell Pryor.
He's the only quarterback I've seen go get 1,000. Yeah, the only quarterback I ever seen go get 1,000 yards in the NFL receiving was Terrell Pryor. I couldn't believe it.
Bro, he was lucky nice too, man. That's crazy.
He was nice. No, he was nice when he was playing receiver. Go ahead, Cowboy.
And my thing is this, when you're that close to winning a Super Bowl, they probably should have won that game. I would just continue to add talent to your roster instead of mortgaging your future to go get it. Or if you're going to, like you said, if you're going to upgrade a quarterback, go get a guy who is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Right. Can be better than Jimmy Garoppolo, who is better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right.
But that team could have won a Super Bowl even with an Alex Smith type of quarterback. I don't even think they were great. They could have had a good quarterback, make the right plays, but instead, Shanahan, like you said, he went to the future route. I don't understand why, with the talent on the team, why he went that route instead of the win now.
He tried to
y'all gotta realize. Well, not y'all. I feel like everyone still understands though. Even if he like I agree with Cowboy. In hindsight, you should have just went and got somebody you already know. But if we're talking about in the sense of if it did hit and they got Trey Lance and Trey Lance actually is fully exactly what they need him to be, bro, we would not be talking like this, bro. It is what it is, bro.
But hold on,
him going the future route, I'm saying the logic behind going the future route is not a crazy logic.
I never understood it, JJ. I never understood it. It never made sense to me. Hold on, time out. Hold on. I apologize to cut you off, but the reason why I gotta push back on what you're saying right now, JJ, is for multiple reasons, and maybe I'm thinking too much from a football player perspective. Maybe that might be the problem, but the 19 games in college in the COVID year would have turned me off. Bro, did you watch the tape when he played that West Carolina school? That did not scream, this is the third pick in the draft, bro. I'm telling you right now. Go turn on, because they gave North Dakota State one game so Trey Lance could just play a game for the sake of NFL scouts, for their sake. So they scheduled one off game that they played. The game didn't even look that great. Trey Lance did not wow anybody. And he only plays 19 football games. Now, the difference between him and another project player if I look at other project players like Josh Allen or I'll even throw in Anthony Richardson right now. The reason why Anthony Richardson gets leeway as a project, one, he played in the SEC.
Yep.
He's playing against the best talent in all of college football. He's also playing against guys who are going to be playing on Sundays with the level of physical talent that he has. So that's one. Two, you look at a guy like Josh Allen. He played 2 years as a starter. He got minutes under his belt. You can even say Lamar Jackson was a project. Lamar Jackson started for 3 years before coming in. You know what I'm saying? And then you go back and you look at Sam Darnold. his career, he only played minimal snaps. He only played a few starts in his career, and obviously you see how that goes. And I think that experience factor when you got project guys are important. The reason why Josh Allen is Josh Allen now, why? Because he sucked for 2.5 seasons.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You had to let him go.
Like many other quarterbacks.
You got to let him go out there and suck. Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was in a debacle last year, one of the worst situations ever, crashed and burned for an entire year. This year, people are saying he's a top 10 guy, potentially a top 5 after the season ends. So it's like you got to let people have their good and the bad. Even Deshaun Watson, JJ, even when he came in, they let him go out there and do what Deshaun Watson does. And a lot of the stuff he was doing in Houston when he first got out there, he was improvising. He was using his God-given, he was. So I just feel like with the Trey Lance thing, I understand, but they just tried to be smarter than everybody else.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with what you said on that project, though. I'm saying with the fact that the matter is all those guys being who they were, Josh Allen coming in and doing what he did, I never disagree with that. I'm saying that's I want that to happen. That's what they should have done. My point is, though, on the logic on what he was doing is, at the end of the day, bro, if you hit on a guy, even if it was Justin Fields, and this is the same situation we're seeing right now with Justin Fields, let's say that just hypothetically this is Justin Fields in this situation. At the end of the day, the logic behind it is, well, if this dude ends up being what he's supposed to be, or what I've seen in him and what I can make him into for our team, when he gets here and he actually, if he's able to be that, bro, we just locked in our next quarterback for the next 10 years. We'll have an offense that we have and the defense that we have, and we're automatic Super Bowl.
No, he's a Falcons fan. Yeah. But JJ, my question is why? But you saw another quarterback in the same draft class throw 40 touchdown passes to 3 interceptions and just beat Trevor Lawrence head to head. How did that not turn you on more than Trey Lance? Like I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. The only reason I'll never understand why the Jets or the 49ers didn't take Justin Fields, and I will always say it's one of the, to me, if Justin Fields has the year I think he's going to have, it'll be one of the biggest misses by them two teams ever, just because of the fact that all the evidence was out there for you to see. Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields have been the 2 top quarterbacks since they was fucking sophomores in high school.
Yep.
The top 2 quarterbacks in the whole country since they were both sophomores in high school.
Yep.
Number 1 at dual threat, number 1 at pocket passer. They go to the Elite 11 camp. Who beats Trevor Lawrence head-to-head to an Elite 11 MVP? Justin Fields. In the championship, they both led their team to the Elite 11 championship. Justin Fields gets the upper hand. They play each other in the playoffs. I think it was Chris Olave, if he runs his route correctly and doesn't round that shit off to the inside, it's a touchdown. And we might have a conversation where Justin Fields is 2-0 against Trevor Lawrence in playoff games. Because outside of the loss, if you go to the second one, he threw 6 touchdown passes with easily a bruised rib. Mm-hmm. You understand? So I'm just like, what did the GM see that I don't see? Go ahead, Cowboy.
And that's why, go ahead. Actually, go ahead, bro.
And bro, that OSU team was like that year. Like I think they would have put up a fight against that LSU team.
Facts.
But like the thing is, right? Like if you're going to go the rookie route, or go the young quarterback route with the guy who has years of good tape.
Right.
Like let's be honest here. Trey Lance wasn't like Trevor Lawrence, who is a generational talent. He's not. He wasn't like that.
That was crazy.
I had to use that.
Shout out G baby.
But like overall, like this is a guy who didn't have much tape, and to the NFL, stop drafting quarterbacks from fucking North Dakota State. 2 of them now have been drafted in the top 3, and they've been busts.
Wait, who's the other one?
You think Carson Wentz considered a bust?
Oh my God!
Carson Wentz.
I was about to say, now that you bring it up, Carson Wentz was the one that started that, and then Josh Allen.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz was the MVP candidate.
I'm not gonna lie, Carson. Yeah, he was
him. Carson Wentz was going to win that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he wasn't good no time after that though.
And that's the thing, right?
Go ahead, Moogie.
Like, can you name like a few quarterbacks that came in like it was like elite, like someone
from
elite
the start?
or great? Yeah.
from the
goodness.
start.
know what
I mean,
name that dude.
rookie year, rookie from their rookie
I know
year.
what Mookie's thinking.
I'll say rookie year.
I
Justin
already know
Herbert. Justin Herbert.
He's
Who's you thinking of? I know who's you thinking of.
Justin Herbert. But he's the latest one, though. He's the latest one. He was elite from the start.
But
I think.
okay, hold up.
But it's
You know
winning
what? Mookie
playoff
just
games,
did that,
though.
though? You know
Andrew
what
Luck was
Mookie just
a
did
good
that,
game.
though? Hold on. Mookie just did there. Just sparked a thought in my head, right? Bro, what was Justin Herbert coming out of Oregon? What were people saying about him? What were they trying to do with him? Come on, bro. I know you remember that, Rob.
Cousins on steroids. That's what they said.
I liked him though coming out. I didn't see this though. I did not see this.
Okay,
that's
because they
it didn't have to be all that though. They said, if anything, they said they still had a maneuver.
They said he didn't have. They said he didn't have it. Like he didn't have the it factor to win. Like
They said they had to
know,
maneuver him. They said that he still had to be coached up, and he's still going to be a project for him to be the best version of himself in the NFL. And guess what? He came out and he blew on everyone's expectations.
Yeah, he did. Look, I'm gonna say one thing.
Everybody,
but see, he was an anomaly because I'm gonna be honest. I will say this though. Joe Burrow was good out the gate too, though. Mookie, don't get it.
For the most part.
He was
Cam Newton, his first game had like 300 passing. First came out like he was.
Hold on. What about RG3?
RG3 was
phenomenal. Yes, rookie season better than Andrew Luck.
Coming out of Baylor, another person they were going to be like, well, he's not talent.
Yeah, RG3, he didn't mess up his knee.
RG3
didn't mess up his knee. If he didn't mess up his knee, he's still been.
No, if the Commanders, quote unquote, the Commanders didn't put him back out there while his knee.
I remember, JRob. I remember that first game of the season. He torched us, bro. Like I'm like, bro, this nigga is nice, bro. Like,
bro, you know what's crazy,
JRob?
Hold on, Chair. What'd you say? Make sure everybody.
Offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken, was Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And so going back to JJ's point, like I see what they were doing with Lance. Like I see what they wanted. Mm-hmm. To me, I don't think it fit the timeline of where they were at as far as their again. That was a Super Bowl run. You're talking about one.
Right. It was.
And the only
they still have one. They still have a Super Bowl.
The only reason why I'm saying they should have played them either way, even after they got uninjured, is the fact that me personally, I don't know about y'all, but I'm saying no matter what, if he was even garbage, that garbage is still going to the NFC Championship.
Right. Yo, you gotta understand. He could have literally threw for 2,800 yards. 1,000 rushing yards, and they still would have been a playoff team, even if he sucked, bro. Because it would have been it's like with Mark Sanchez, bro. He was not very good, but the team was so good. You can run the football. We had elite level defense. You had the best corner duo in the league at the time. You had more than enough things to carry him. You should have let Trey Lance just get that experience. And I really blame Kyle Shanahan more than anybody for how that whole situation played out.
And eventually, bro, he could have. I'm telling you, bro, we probably wouldn't be talking like this if he finally unlocked that untapped potential.
But he's not. But my question is,
and that's why we gotta wait.
How you do it? But you can't.
I don't see the potential. I just don't see.
This is what. Hold on. This is why I'm telling all y'all who say we gotta wait. Give Trey Lance time. There's no more time.
I'm talking about actually wait and see this season of what I'm going to see. I'm not talking about as in just let him rock more.
I thought you were talking about right now. Oh yeah, no.
No, I'm talking about because I don't care what they're saying about that Brock Purdy still starting, bruh. Let's be real. I'm just gonna be keeping it a stack. If Brock Purdy starts this season, bruh, at this point, there's no point in me anybody trying to say Trey Lance should be playing no more because it's no point.
It's over.
Kyle Shanahan messed up. That's all it is. That's it.
He picked the wrong guy. Yeah, he picked the wrong guy. Like he straight up picked the wrong guy. That Zach Wilson stuff still gets to me to this day too, bro. And I'm not even a Jets fan, boy. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, you over here. I'm sorry, JRob, but it is what it is. Bro, he's out here throwing 80-yard bombs and like, oh my gosh, this man's Mahomes and he's Mahomes and just another person. Yo, hold on. Listen to me.
Generational talent.
Oh nah, for real. Let me tell y'all something real quick.
Story time.
I ain't even no story time. This is really a fucking rant. I'm about to get in my bag. Yo, Joe Douglas, I don't care what nobody say. You could draft a offensive rookie of the year. You could have got us Jermaine Johnson, who's going to have a crazy. The NFL, I will say this, needs to put in a most improved player of the year award like the NBA. That's the one award I think the NFL should add because comeback player of the year is fire. I love comeback player of the year. I think that's one of everybody's favorite awards. But, bro, you got to add most improved to the list because there's going to be a lot of guys this year who I think are going to be up for most improved player in the league coming out this year. And I think some players who are already nice could be up for it. Shit, Michael Parsons, if they had one, probably would have won it. And he was crazy his rookie year.
Trey
You know what I'm saying?
Diggs.
Trey Diggs could have won it. Trey Diggs could have won it too. No, he could have won it. He was better.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point. He's biased.
He's biased.
No, not that. I keep hearing in my ears like for weeks now that this man, no, not weeks, 2 years now that he's still better than AJ Terrell. But we're gonna move on.
I like Trey Diggs over AJ Terrell, but that's beyond the point. That's beyond the point. Let me talk about this Zach Wilson shit.
JJ like, nah, he gotta go.
This is my thing. I think because I know Cowboy's a big time tape watcher. Trey, I know you've watched your career so much tape. You could throw up. You could do a throw up. Yeah, me too. And as a real serious tape guy, a guy who watches, I don't even, to me, no bullshit, Cowboy Trey, I don't need a combine, bro. I'll just say do your pro day. I'll say do your pro day. Let's just do the pro day. The NFL combine to me is all about popping circumstance and the interviews. But you could do all those interviews and shit at your pro day, bro, to be honest with you. And the NFL got hella money and resources to learn about your community and where you came from and all that anyway. Because all I'm really basing anything off of to me is that tape. Like how y'all let Jalen Carter go number 9 to the Eagles to make that team what they are already crazy. Did you see his first snap in the NFL? Threw that grown ass man like he was nothing. Whoosh. There was a reason why he would have been a top 3 pick. So I just turned that tape on, and the tape should have told the Shanahans, yeah, he got some cool athleticism, but this should not be my guy when I got this other kid at Ohio State who was out here duking it out with broken ribs against everybody's number 1 pick since the boy was a freshman in high school. Go ahead, Tegan.
Shanahan was also the OC when the Browns picked Johnny Manziel. I just wanted to point that out too.
Hold on, but Johnny Manziel.
Everyone loved Johnny.
Shanahan is one.
I
feel like we all know here. I feel like we all know here that Shanahan has been a part of so many different, like, bro, like every time I look at this man, especially when he was on my team, bro, just thinking about everything he's done, right? And just looking back through his career, I'm like, bro, this man has been a part of every great program where it's like he's stemming up some guys, bro.
Hold on though. You know what really might have to come into question? We might have another fraud watch person. It might be Shanahan, bro.
Oh,
he possibly. There's a lot. No, but it's not just a suit. There's a lot of missteps in his career, man. There's some things that you look back, you gotta be like.
But you might be onto something, JRob, because his skill.
That's crazy.
Elite,
yo, if you really think about it, when the money, yes. Yo, I'm just saying.
You can only be unlucky so many times.
Thank you. Yo, you can only be unlucky.
You think he's living off? You think he's living off his last name a little bit still?
No, not even.
I don't.
No. Actually, let me not say that. Because he's still a great mind. Yeah. He's better.
He's one of the greatest offensive minds ever, bro.
He's better than I think.
But he's not Sean McVay.
I think the only people better than him right now drawing up plays is Andy Reid and McVay. I think those are the only 2 other people in the league right now that I would put.
JRob, I'm not gonna lie, not Andy Reid, but I think it's still a toss-up between him and McVay. I don't care what anyone says, bro.
Nah.
It's just one can win, one, the other one did it. That's all it is.
But that's the point, though. That's the point, though. Coaching is really about winning, bro. Coaching really got to do with winning, bro.
You get Shanahan and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, putting the team in the best situation.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Because, bro, you got to look, JJ. The coaching winning thing, to me, I know how everybody feels some way about the quarterback, and I'm cool with that. But when it comes to coaches, it's wins and them losses.
Okay. When it comes down to who's better coach, I won't fight. But look, bro, when it comes to just
McVay is younger than Shanahan. McVay was younger than Shanahan,
and he was on the same offense. He was learning from that same dude. He was learning from Shanahan.
So, okay, and what happens? The master becoming the teacher becoming the master.
That's cool.
What's the goal? You're supposed to surpass the teacher.
Look. You could be 2 things could be true. You could be a great coach and be a better coach than the person that your predecessor, but you could also your predecessor could still be smarter than you when it comes to drawing up this stuff. And I'm just sorry, I ain't never seen nobody like Shanahan. I'm sorry. Throughout his whole time career.
What did Trey just say? When Shane hit the road,
Trent Williams, bro, that's crazy.
Yo, pulling Trent Williams was crazy, bro.
No one's doing that. Sean McVay not doing that. He's not.
I'll tell you right now, the 49ers film is the most fun all-22 film you can watch.
Wait, hold on. One at a time. Wait, hold on, Trey. Go Tegan and then go Trey. Go right after him.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, if you want, like, go get all 22 film if you like if you're a film junkie, and 49ers film is the most fun film you'll ever watch.
Bro, it's diabolical for boundary. If you're a DB that plays in the boundary, I was a boundary corner. I was a boundary corner. If I seen Trent Williams coming to pull to the outside for like a power to the left or right, I am cutting their knees off, bro. I'm not even taking that on for what? What am I taking that on? I'm cutting the line and praying that my guys are running. Trey, you know.
That's a business decision, JRob. That's easy. That's a business decision.
For me, you know what that makes it worse about
hold on, Jay. Let Trey go because he had another point. Trey,
I was saying that I think McVay might have a better relationship with his guys. I mean, you come out and you hear like Odell say like, "I love McVay." I don't really hear guys coming out about Shanahan like that. And that might really could be the difference. Just that
players coach. Yeah.
And that's what I was alluding to. I'm like, bro, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, bro, you could be a better coach and still have a great offensive mind, bro. Like that's what it is.
Yeah. No,
somebody in the chat said Shanahan. Somebody said Shanahan has won with garbage quarterbacks, but Vay has not.
That's true.
Oh, this is Brandon Katz.
Yeah,
hold on. We gotta let him on. Brandon Katz. About time you showed up. Come on now.
J-Rob,
I heard he wants smoke
to bounce off something real quick.
He wants smoke with everybody. He don't like you either, Mook. He think you crazy.
Hey, J-Rob, to bounce off something you said, the thing about like the combine and tape, one thing I'll say is like you'll see certain guys' combine numbers like Zach Kuntz this year, the tight end from Old Dominion, tested crazy. And then you watch this guy on tape and it's like, all right, that doesn't show up on tape. But then you look at a guy like Jalen Hyatt. Like Jalen Hyatt, you turn on the tape, this dude can run fast during the game. But I think his draft stock fell big time because he didn't run a low 4.3 or a high 4.2 like they thought he was going to run. Same thing with I know there's some people that are on the fence about this guy, but Lucas Van Ness plays way stronger than what his bench press than what his bench press numbers would suggest.
The bench press as a combine metric is just terrible for the NFL. I don't think that's.
As somebody who lifts weights, tell him why.
Someone who lifts weights, I'm telling you, like the whole.
You're legitimate bodybuilder. Tell him. Go ahead,
like that.
The
conversion to the football field.
And he's an NFL player.
Football speed is different than
100%. Yeah. Honestly, the 40-yard dash time, I think it gives the NFL headlines. When someone runs a
Brandon
or whatever, it gives them headlines. As a metric in football.
So what take you had problem with JRob?
Yeah, what's my worst take, Brandon? What you got smoke, Brandon? Get it off your chest. Let's talk about it. You better come with that smoke.
Yeah, I gotta JRob, I gotta call bullshit on your take on Josh Allen. I mean, first you look at Josh Allen's struggles his first year in Buffalo. The Bills roster
stay off the weed. Stay off the weed.
It's legal in Canada. It's legal over here.
No, you look at Josh Allen's roster. He's got a below-average offensive line every fucking year. He has no running game. Moss Singletary, doesn't matter who they throw back there. They can't run. He has nobody to throw to other than Stephon Diggs. Gabriel Davis is not even an average number 2 receiver. They gave Dawson Knox a big contract. He's barely an average tight end. They don't have good offensive coaches because they were dumb to let Dable leave. They should have promoted Dable and fired McDermott. Their defenses are garbage in the playoffs every year. Josh Allen has
wait. Let him finish.
leading rusher for almost half the season most years because they have no fucking running game. The guy's 6'5", 250. He's almost never hurt. I mean, nobody ranks Josh Allen in the top 2 anymore. If you gave Josh Allen Chase, Higgins, Mixon in the Bengals offense, he would do more than Burrow does.
I'm not jacking that. I'm not jacking that.
I know about
hey, you're not. I don't know why you threw Joe. First of all, Joe Burrow had no reason to take that straight bullet. Because I'm gonna tell you why you done already. You bringing up Joe Burrow already screwed you up, and I'm gonna tell you why. Who's had the worst O-line for the first 3 years in the league? Joe Burrow.
Allen's offensive line is just as bad as the Bengals.
No, that's not true. No, that's not true. I'm gonna tell you that's not true. I'm gonna tell you that's not true.
No one was
his first 3 years in the league. Now it's time to get nasty. For his first 3 years in the league, who was the most sacked quarterback in all of professional football?
Yeah, but that's
Joe
also because he's
Shiesty.
holding the ball. Burrow loves to hold the ball a lot. That's not
That's
all
also
on the O-line.
what is it? What is that?
When
What
you
is
look
it?
at the Bills' rushing yards per carry, it's the same as the Bengals.
You moving the goalposts. You moving the goalposts. What do the Bills do? The Bills not trying to push the ball downfield.
Below average. Burrow loves to hold the ball. He loves to take. I mean, he takes hits to his credit, but Burrow holds the ball a lot. The Bills' O-line, their running game is just as bad.
What elite defense? What elite defense were the Bengals put out? This is what I'm saying. This is why I can't get with what you're saying about all of this. You give it, and this is why I say, and this is why Mookie, Teagan, Trey, Jalen, everybody up here, JJ. This is why I'm on the side of quarterback wins. Wins are a quarterback stack. Do you know why? Hold on, hear me. What? Listen to me, Teagan. Teagan, sit down. Come back and sit down. Come back and sit down. Come back and sit down, Teagan. We're not. Come back and sit down.
It's not a stack, JRob.
It's not a snow. But I'm gonna tell you why. No. But this is why I'm telling you why I bring it up, because the best of the best quarterbacks. You can even say this with Drew Brees, Mookie. When y'all had them bad defenses and was still going to playoff games and being successful, was because of the fact that you have a great guy under center who can overcome some of your team's deficiencies.
Yeah, but he's an exception to the rule, though.
No. But I'm not just saying Drew Brees. It's been multiple guys who have been able to overcome deficiencies. And the reason why I'm not about to give Josh Allen all these cop-outs, because he's in his second and third round of the playoffs. You're a game away from the Super Bowl. You're a game away from the AFC. You got to find ways to win. You can't. When he comes out there, hold on, let me finish. I'll let you get your shit off. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on, Brandon. I'll let you get your shit off. Brandon, I'll let you get your shit off.
It's the Bills' defense. It's not their offense.
Okay. Hold on, chill, bro. I'll let you rock. I hear you. I can hear you with that. You could say the defense is this, that, and the third, but we've seen teams with defense that aren't that great. Like when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, that defense, to me, was not the best of the best defense. That whole season, they were a middle-of-the-pack defense that everybody said that if everybody's watched football, they got hot late. That defense got hot that second to last half of the season going into the playoffs, but that defense wasn't great all year. You got to make do with the tools you have. They still went to the Super Bowl, one of the worst O-lines in the league. Josh Allen has had opportunities. Now, the game against the Chiefs, you shouldn't have gave Mahomes the ball with 10 seconds left. I'm not going to blame you. I'm not going to blame you for that. But that debacle, you're in a shootout with Skylar Thompson, that they have Tua Tagovailoa, you're losing that game. You did not play well. You did not play well the game after.
That game.
He didn't play well against the Bengals where he was turned over the football.
I was saying he didn't play well against the Bengals. They may have won that game, but they won that game because they had their third string quarterback as the starter in Miami. Right. If Tua Tagovailoa is playing in that game, the Bills lose that game. It's that simple. And that goes the same way the game before, the game after. Josh Allen was not good. And y'all got to stop letting him, just because he throws the ball far and his talent is what it is, there's things that are expected of him to be as a quarterback. Everything is not going to be perfect. But if you're a team that's going to the second and third round of the playoffs every year, you got to make do. Guess what quarterback in the NFL this year had the most starting rookies of any quarterback in the league? Anybody know the name of the quarterback who had the most rookies starting in the league? Patrick Mahomes. He's playing with rookies, seventh round. His O-line is great. His O-line is great. His O-line was great. And he was also playing on a defense full of rookie DBs. If y'all know, there was a bunch of rookie DBs out there. You got to make shit work.
He got an all-pro.
No, his O-line is great. I'm not going to say his O-line is not whack. And he got Travis Kelce. I'm giving him that. But he had a wide receiver. He had a wide receiver by committee, bro. You're moving the goalpost. The Jets had Zach Wilson playing quarterback. You are moving the goalpost, bro. You're saying the thing is, Brandon, and this is why I hate when we go into these debates is we going back and forth, but this, but that. You know, in sports, there are going to be different factors. No team is perfect, bro. There are going to be deficiencies for every football team in the NFL that they're going to have to overcome. The deficiency, 49 made roster. But the question mark is Brock Purdy really one of them guys? You're gonna find out this year. Everybody has something going on, and you have to overcome it. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. You can't just give Josh Allen a cop-out because he plays bad and just say he didn't have this, he didn't have Von Miller, he didn't have running backs, he didn't have this. Bro, You still got to go out there and play. There's no excuses sometimes. You have to go out there.
Okay.
There's
So
no
let
excuses.
me-
There's no excuses. There's no excuses for you missing. Hold on. There's no excuses for you missing throws.
Brandon, I got you.
You missing throws. You out there missing throws. When you were missing throws or being inaccurate, that's nobody's fault but the quarterback. You making bad decisions with the football. You turn a rock over. That's nobody's fault but the quarterback. That's a fact. Go ahead, Cowboy.
Okay. No, let me respond.
Hold up. No, Brandon, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Let him go.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for you. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for you. No, Brandon, let me go. Let me go. Brandon, I'm gonna make your point stronger. I'm gonna make his point stronger.
Hold on, Brandon. Go ahead, Cowboy. Hold on, Brandon. Go ahead, Cowboy.
Let's be fair here. Yes, I think that the Bills lose in the first round if Tua is playing. Joe Burrow loses in the first round if the Ravens are playing have their starting quarterback as well, though.
That's not true.
That's true.
Burrow was lucky to get the Raiders.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
I see, Brandon. I made your point stronger. Let's go.
But the thing is, though.
But here, JRob,
try to go without cursing. Now let's see it. Let's do this challenge.
You cooked yourself because you made the point correctly that the Bengals defense was very good the second half of the year. So Burrow got all this credit for beating the Chiefs. Burrow didn't do anything in the first half against the Chiefs. He couldn't get to 30 points in the game. The Bengals defense completely shut Mahomes down in the entire second half of that game. And in the Super Bowl, Burrow couldn't get a single first down. He couldn't score a single point on the Bengals' final 4 drives of the game, or the Bengals win that Super Bowl because, again, their defense stepped up. The narrative that's bullshit in Cincinnati is they only win because of Burrow, when the reality is, as you just said, you cooked yourself. The Bengals defense was a top 5 unit the second half of the year, and they were very good.
I didn't say they were top 5. You said they were top 5.
In the playoffs,
and I did not cook
Burrow's
myself.
Been very inconsistent. He was inconsistent against Tennessee. He's been very inconsistent against the Chiefs, and he's literally couldn't score a point.
And this is where you cooked yourself. This is where you cooked yourself. And this is where you cooked yourself. And Brandon, this is where you cooked yourself now. We're talking about people cooking themselves. You're cooking yourself because the excuses you're giving, the things you're saying about Joe Burrow, he was inconsistent. He was this. He was that. Your guy, Josh Allen, has done the same things. Been inconsistent.
But he's still been better than
Burrow.
Great.
Burrow's been working.
Hold on, Mookie. What did he say earlier, though? What did he say earlier about Josh Allen? But he won the game. What has Joe Burrow been doing? But he been winning games. So it's either one guy's allowed to win pretty, the other guy's not allowed to win pretty. Is
right,
that
but
what
the
you're
games
saying?
the Bills are losing, it's because of McDermott and the defense. Like the best example
is
McDermott's dumbass allowed Mahomes to go 70 yards in 12 seconds. The Bills' defense with Frazier and McDermott has been complete trash in the playoffs almost every year. I mean, Allen's been very good in the playoffs every season, with the exception of last year. Allen's been much better than Burrow in the playoffs.
No, he has not.
Worse weapons against better competition. I mean, if you look at Burrow's been very inconsistent.
He was great in 2020. He was great in 2020 in the playoffs. He was not great
anywhere close to as good as Allen in the playoffs. Not close.
Burrow's been better. He's been better.
No, he hasn't. The numbers show
that. Yes, he has.
What?
He is not.
What you mean the numbers? What about?
So you're talking about in Josh Allen's entire career, he's been great in the playoffs. He's been great in the playoffs.
No. I'm not saying that Allen's been great in the playoffs.
2019.
No, that's not my argument. I'm saying that Allen has been better than Burrow in the playoffs.
2019, Brandon, he was whack. In 2020, he was okay.
Burrow does nothing with his
21
legs.
and 22, you could say in 2021 he was good. But if you look at his numbers in that playoff year, the big numbers, his numbers look great because of that shootout against Mahomes. I think majority of stats in the playoffs is because of one game. 2022, he was not good. He was not good.
Right.
So outside of 2020 and one game in 2021, he's been a good quarterback in the playoffs. He's played a grand total. He's played a grand total of 8 games. He's played a grand total of 8 games. So we're going by just QBR.
Brandon, I want to.
Well, it's always going to be a small sample size.
Come on, let's go.
Somebody in
But
the
Allen's been
comment
better
section.
than Burrow in the playoffs.
No, he has not, bro.
Somebody in the comment section just said, "Bro's not cooking. He's making a bowl of cereal."
He's not cooking. He's not cooking right now. Bro, at the end of the day, every quarterback in the league, regardless if you winning ugly, you winning dirty, if you're a franchise guy and everybody knows what you are capable of, like Josh Allen, you have top 5, top 10 expectations. Same with Burrow, same with Lamar, same with Herbert. All the top guys have a certain level of expectation as a quarterback. Nobody's team in the league is perfect. And at the end of the day, the reason why quarterbacks get so much heat and take all the blame when they win and all the blame when they lose is because of the amount of manipulation the quarterback has on the game. It's about what you do to impact the game because you touch the ball the most. Let's be real about Dak Prescott. If Dak Prescott beats the 49ers, people are talking a different thing about him. They really are. They really are. But because of that performance, people be killing him. But if Dak plays
you're
well,
also missing what Allen does with his legs. Allen's an elite runner too.
No, I'm not missing that. I know he do with his legs. I'm not missing that.
I do have a question. So do you think? So are you saying it's a winning stat because the national media and just sports discourse as a whole is saying it's a winning stat? Or do you?
I personally think it's a winning stat because I played the game my entire life, and I've been on teams where the game was won 17-10. Quarterback don't really play that well, but the media only wants to talk to the quarterback. Media only
that's
cares
the point. That's the point, Jared. So as a football player, you should understand that. That's my whole thing because I've dealt with teams losing teams, and it's not even only the quarterback's fault. That's the reason why. Like, bro, wait.
So
bro, the logic that you use, JRob, the logic that you use actually does make me mad because the fact that what you just said,
I have enough experience to take my perspective, and my perspective is not wrong. I'm letting y'all know right now. I don't have to agree, but my perspective is dead not wrong.
But my point is, even I give you respect because you play football at the highest level. I didn't go do that yet, or I didn't do that. You play football at the highest level, right?
I'm going by straight perspective.
At the end of the day, you should understand that even with or without the quarterback, if the defense gives up a late game touchdown and they lost and the quarterback balled out, you understand that it's not on the quarterback. You know that. Hold on. No, I don't.
Josh Allen for losing to the Chiefs. Like that.
Nobody blames him. I don't blame him for that. I don't blame him for that.
I never said you did. I'm talking about the general consensus. I'm just giving you a different.
But they never play ball, Briscoe. Hold on. But that's what I'm saying. Like I play football, bro, and I've been on teams where our quarterback was not even that special. He was not even the reason why we won games. It was our defense and how well we was coached defensively, right? We're not going to sit there and say, quarterback. Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's not the case though. So
why is Tom Brady to go?
Hold on.
Lawrence Taylor might go.
Okay, so then why are you not like Jimmy Garoppolo? Nigga, why don't you like Jimmy Garoppolo?
Stop doing that, bro.
I don't know. I'm not gonna stop doing that. Why don't you like him?
Actually, stop. I'm not gonna lie. You're doing that G baby shit. I'm removing you, bro. I'm not even doing that with you.
But hold on. To be honest,
when I bring up Jimmy G, it blows my mind every time, bro. Stop bringing up Jimmy G. It's not even a real comparison, bro. That's not a real comparison, man. You're comparing Jimmy G to Tom Brady. That don't even make no damn sense, y'all. Stop doing that. It's the lowest hanging fruit. It's the lowest hanging fruit. If you bring up Jimmy G, JD, I'm not talking about that.
Hold on, talking about because I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady. I'm comparing him to the words that exit your mouth, and you just excuse that. Yeah, but Tegan, go ahead, bro. Tegan, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me.
Like I keep saying, go ahead, Mookie.
Hey. What I'm saying is this is that.
And I don't want to get lost into this quarterback winning stat shit because we're not talking about that. We're on a whole different topic.
And then I got another.
I'm gonna say this too. Like I don't understand. Like to me, I don't use quarterback wins as the measure. Like if you use quarterback wins to sit there and say and measure all time,
I'm not measuring them to say if they're good, bro. If we're debating between Drew Brees, let's say Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning. The numbers for all three of those guys are going to be elite. The passing yards for all of these guys are going to be elite. The accolades for these guys are going to be elite. Okay, but what I'm saying is, if you look, the separators are going to be performance against big games and wins and losses, and that's why I keep telling y'all it's a quarterback stat because when you're comparing the greatest of the greatest, everybody has great numbers. It's all the same.
Yeah, but JRob, everybody. Hold on, but JRob, hold on.
Like bringing up Jimmy G, but Jimmy G is not in the same stratosphere.
I'm not talking about Jimmy G. That's Tom Brady.
But JRob, what I'm saying is this is that. What I'm saying is this is that. Of course, Tom Brady gonna have
like that nigga was winning games, throwing 10 passes a game. Like what are we talking about?
He won. He won because it's a winning stat. He won.
What does that have to do?
I'm not talking about Tom Brady and Jimmy G. We understand that they're not in the same stratosphere. We understand that they're not in the same stratosphere. What we need to understand is that you said it's a winning stat. Jimmy G, all he do is win. All Jimmy G,
why did they kick him out? Then why did they kick him out?
Because he missed the throw in the biggest game of his life. But you understand that. But you understand that. You understand that,
though. No, won a Super Bowl. Winning's not a quarterback stat.
It's not. Hey, JRob, why y'all?
Give Jimmy G his QB wins when he won games. Give him his credit because he's winning.
Bro, stop talking to me about the regular fucking season.
He won in the playoffs.
And where is he now?
The Raiders, I don't care. He won in the playoffs.
He won one game with
He won in the playoffs. JRob, he won games in the playoffs.
Bro,
he went to the Super Bowl.
Y'all talking about one anomaly. Y'all talking about one anomaly. Should I say Trent Dilfer is a dog because he played well in the playoffs? Giving the ball to Jamal Lewis? Should I say
if he won?
What about Joe Flacco?
No, hold on. If he won, you should give him his credit.
And this is why I say, JJ, you be taking my argument and you're spinning it.
How am I spinning it?
Because the thing is, you know damn well what I mean. That's why I say, hold on, Trey, because he come up here and act like he don't talk to me on Discord every day. He come up here and showing his ass.
You have never had this conversation. Shut up. You have never had this conversation.
Quarterback wins is not a step.
Shut up. You're trolling right now. Because
I'm not trolling.
I bring up quarterbacks. Yes, we have. I bring up quarterbacks. When it comes to wins when you are comparing the best of the best fucking guys. Every single time I have to say that to you motherfuckers, but nobody seems to get that shit through their head when I say I bring up quarterback wins when we're talking about the best of the best guys. Do I look at Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence and violate like some of y'all? Trevor's the best ever now because he beat him in one game in the playoffs? No.
You're crazy for that.
But what is the mass discourse now about that one game? People are out here criticizing Justin Herbert over one game. I'm not saying it's me. I'm not saying it is me, but I'm saying there's a general population of people who watch football just as much as any of us up here and go at Justin Herbert because he couldn't score a touchdown in the second half of that game.
Because they can't break down the game.
But JRob, just because you're going to
but why is it like that though? Because the way the quarterback is, that's not
JRob, you can't hold on. Hey JRob, you can't go off of them.
I'm not going off of them. I'm telling you what I'm just putting. I'm making a generality.
Yeah, but they stupid. They don't know how to break down the game. They can sit there and look at a quarterback. They can sit there, bro. They can sit there. They can sit there and look at a quarterback and say, "Oh, the quarterback won. He has some good stats and shit like that." But it's all about the context. When you compare the best of the best quarterbacks, then there's other best quarterback that beat in a better situation, bro.
But what I'm saying, Mookie, if we were to compare Aaron Rodgers. If you had a debate, who do you think is better, Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees? Who do you think is better, Mookie?
Drew Brees.
Rodgers.
So you like Drew Brees more? You like Drew Brees more, right? You like, but some people got Rodgers. Well, if me and you were debating Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, bro, the things that we're going to talk about are going to come down to wins and losses because when it comes to the numbers, well, Rodgers, you'll talk about the 4 MVPs too. My bad, Tegan. The 4 MVPs.
No, I'm not even talking about that.
Just throw the football.
The argument's pretty easy for Rodgers over Drew Brees. Because if you look at Rodgers,
what do you mean certain aspects? What do you mean you compare about them throwing the football? They're both.
The Bears defense owned Brees every year. I mean, Brees couldn't play on grass against good defenses.
That's cap.
I got a
question.
Hey, we're talking about who throws the football better. That's dumb. Who throws the football better? These motherfuckers is both nice at throwing the football.
Yeah, but I think the
Trent, Tegan, that's my whole point. You're splitting hairs. And this is why I don't understand why none of y'all get it. And it pisses me the fuck off every time. You're splitting. When you get to the top of the top, when you get to the top 10, top 15 guys, and I don't understand what the fuck y'all don't understand about it. If you get to the top of the top, I'm not settling shit down, Brandon. You're on my show. You're on my show. I'm not on your show. Anyway, at the end of the day, when I don't understand and why I'm passionate about this, I'm talking. I'm not talking about Joe Burrow. We're talking about quarterback. I'm talking about quarterback.
Right, but you can't analyze.
I'm getting my point on, bro. I'm not debating. I'm not even talking about your point right now. I'm talking about when you're debating top 10, top 20 quarterbacks. There's going to be yo, my nigga, stop talking over me, bro. You about to get me hot, bro. I'm talking right now. Just wait, bro. When you're comparing the top 10 to top 20 quarterbacks in the league, you are going to literally, like Tegan just said, you are splitting hairs.
No, you're
so
not.
some conversations you're going to have is going to have to come to winning. Are there outliers like fucking Terry Bradshaw or them things? But bro, He was playing with one of the greatest defenses of a generation. I'm not saying he's whack. I'm not saying he's a top 10 guy just because of the 4 Super Bowls. But if you're comparing Peyton Manning, Brady, Rodgers, Mahomes, and Drew Brees, it's gonna be, you're literally talking about the most finite details to put one guy over the other. Because when it comes to yards, completion percentage, QBR, accolades, all pros, Pro Bowl selections, all these guys are gonna have that stuff, bro. That's a fact. I'm not saying right now, am I going to crucify Justin Herbert now because he's not winning Super Bowls? No, but this motherfucker do need to win a playoff game next year because he's a top 5 level talent in this league. He has franchise quarterback standards. I'm going to set him to that standard. Am I going to set Desmond Ridder to that standard? Hell no. But I'm going to set Justin Herbert to that standard. So stop bringing up Jimmy G about wins because it don't even make sense.
Hold on. What I'm saying is this: is that like when you mentioned like Terry Bradshaw, right? And the reason why like that's why I just don't use the QB wins is because like even when we do compare those top tiers, these all-time great quarterbacks, there is a quarterback in the all-time great ranking that played in better situations than all these other all-time great quarterbacks as well. So that's why I was looking at like why people consider Tom Brady to go, because he won like 7 Super Bowls and actually,
but he's also won with limited supporting cast too. He's won with limited supporting.
But what I'm saying is this: is like Brady, out of his whole career, right, has always had a top 10 defense when he won Super Bowls, bro. He has played with the greatest wide receiver of all time. He's also played with one of the greatest tight ends of all time. He's also had one of the greatest defensive coaches of all time. He's also played with some great elite level defensive talent. But the reason why people sit there and say Brady's the GOAT is because Brady won, and he's been in the best situation possible. That's why I sit there and say
he didn't have a top defense every year he won a Super Bowl.
Hold on. I said when he won. So what I'm sitting there saying is this: like when we compare, when we have Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, both guys won Super Bowls, both guys has the accolades and the stats and production. What I think is just simply just watching the games to see who do you think is talented, who you think is impactful. That's not going off the quarterback wins because both guys both won Super Bowls, bro. So that's why I sat there and said like quarterback wins is not a quarterback stats because it's all about situations. Football is the ultimate team sport. We can have quarterbacks. We can have quarterbacks that's not doing nothing that spectacular for their team to win games, but they've been in the best scheme, situations, defense, play calling has been elite, offline has been elite, like Jimmy G, right? And that's why nobody put Jimmy G in these conversations because his situation has been better, and he's nowhere near talented as the other quarterbacks. That's better with less.
But that's not true though, because in 2017, our Patriots defense was not good, bro.
Yeah, the Patriots defense after 2010 was not that good.
They're not that good, bro. Like
they had a top 10. They had a top 10 scoring defense.
That's one stat. That's one stat. That's one stat.
Yeah, but they had. But hold on, JRob. Even if they wasn't ranked top 10, they was a top 10 scoring.
No,
defense, and they also had some of the best defensive the best defensive coach.
You know, the start of 2017, the start of 2017, the Patriots were giving up 32 points a game. The start of the season, they didn't finish that way. They were giving up 32 points a game. They were allowing almost 20. They were allowing 24 first downs a year, and they still won the Super Bowl. They were not a good football team. They were not a good football team.
What he said,
and what happened?
He said though, the one thing he said wasn't wrong. It's just about what we established. JRob, I know you know that Jimmy Garoppolo as a talent, he's not that good. It's the fact of the matter is, you said you gotta evaluate the situation at the end of the day, what it is. So when we go out here and say certain things, like bro, we understand that winning is involved in any person. Even when you talk about different players, it's not only just the quarterback. We talk about different players. We still talk about them and how they want to and how they help winning. What we talk about when we look at guys like Jimmy Garoppolo, he doesn't really his style of play, shouldn't even be conducive to winning. But the fact of the matter is, this man is winning football games because he's on a great team. And so I'm not comparing him. And that's why I said me and you have never had this conversation because I never tried to compare him to Tom Brady. What I'm trying to list here is the fact that this man isn't even that good, but he's getting all the wins in the world. He has one of the highest win percentages ever.
But no, that's a fact. But JJ, do you think anybody? I believe in anomalies. That's the thing. Sometimes you can have anomalies. Do you think if Jimmy G's ability to win really was impactful? And this is why I don't like when people bring up the Jimmy G thing. Is because if his ability to win games was actually impactful, he'd still be on the 49ers. You understand? They were out there winning despite him, not because of him. And ultimately, JJ, you watch enough tape. I know you watch film. That 49ers team, when they was going to them playoff runs, you and me could make some of those throws, bro. Guys are running wide the fuck open. That offense that Kyle Shanahan runs is literally conducive to plug and play. That's why we don't understand. That's why we be violent. That's why like Trey Lance can't figure this thing out, but Brock Purdy can, because we don't think that system is that difficult. Go ahead, Tegan.
Okay. So when I was saying splitting hairs, the thing I was talking about is, yeah, obviously statistically, when you get to the top 5 guys, they're going to have relatively this close to the same stats, obviously mobile, pocket passers, different things. I'm saying we can't look at a guy like Lamar Jackson's deep ball and compare it to Justin Herbert and say that's equal. Right. I mean, I think Herbert's significantly a better deep ball thrower. And the best example I can think of off the top of the head is, I know it's a college example, Bryce Young and Stetson Bennett last year both put pretty damn good numbers, but why is Bryce Young seen as better? Because the film tells me that he has a better arm, he's got better touch, he's got better mobility. That's why we should rank quarterbacks when we get to the top, is those kinds of traits. It shouldn't just be belittled down to wins and losses. Those shouldn't be the separators.
But why is that? But that's not the separator. Nobody's ever said that's the separator. That's the thing though. Nobody said that was the separator, which I don't disagree with your point, Tegan. But I've never said quarterback wins is a separator. But if I'm going to rank a quarterback, I'm going to put in your ability to win football games off the strength of you, bro. There's been times where that has been that's real. Like you have to you can a quarterback can literally impact the game for the sake of winning a win and loss, but that's not going to be the reason why you're just better.
The separator, Tom Brady. The Rodgers-Breeze conversation. It's really not a debate. I mean, if you look at Rodgers and Breeze, the best example is look at Rodgers and Breeze against the exact same top defense they both played against a lot. Rodgers owned the Bears more than any team in the NFL with the cover 2, Briggs or Urlacher, a lot of good players. Drew Brees was garbage against that Bears defense, and Rodgers obliterated them every year. Rodgers was also much better in the playoffs.
One game is a measure.
In inclement tough weather in the postseason. I mean,
hold on, Brandon.
Better in the postseason.
Brandon, if you want to do that, Brandon, we can look at Drew Brees' stats against the 49ers and compare it to Aaron Rodgers' stats against the 49ers. You just want to measure it off.
That's one
a couple
game.
Of games.
That's not a meaningful
You just brought up one game against the goddamn Bears, nigga.
No, I said it wasn't one game. Rodgers played the Bears twice every year. He obliterated their cover 2 defense.
And how many times Drew Brees? How many times often Drew Brees has seen the Bears?
Drew Brees certainly played that Bears defense more than once. The Bears were one of the top.
So we just measure. Hold on, Brandon. We just measure. Hold on, Brandon. We're just measuring. Hold on, Brandon. You know how Brandon. Do you know how nasty that is, Brandon? We can sit there. Hold on, Brandon. We can sit there and nitpick. And sit there and say this guy played better against this defense. This guy played better than this defense. That's a terrible way on how to assess a quarterback, bro.
Play on grass.
What are you talking about? Couldn't play on grass.
Drew Brees is 500 in the playoffs. Rodgers has been to 4 NFC Championship games. Rodgers,
and he fucking lost. He's been to 4 NFC Championships, and look at his record in the NFC Championship. Look at Rodgers' NFC Championship record. He lost. He played bad against the 49ers. He didn't come through. He didn't come through against the Seattle Seahawks. He didn't come through against the Seattle Seahawks. He played terrible when his team was 15-1 against the Giants. He didn't play well against the NFC Championship game against the Giants at home, where he got outplayed by Eli Manning. That whole Giants offense as well, right? And they was 15-1. They had the best record. Hold on. He didn't play well. He got blown out against the goddamn 49ers in the NFC Championship as well. He played terrible. He choked. Against the Buccaneers. He choked against the Buccaneers. He had a wide open lane against the end zone. Choked against the Buccaneers at home as well. What are you talking about? The man couldn't even score. Brandon, the man couldn't even score a touchdown against the 49ers. Brandon, what are we talking about, Brandon?
You're rewarding Brees for not being good enough to get to the NFC.
Brees have been good enough, but his defense has been historically one of the worst defense of all time.
That's not
Brandon?
true. Drew Brees had very
Yes, it was. Brandon. Yes, it was.
Lattimore, the same
yes, it was, Brandon. Brandon. You talking about 2017, 2018, 2019. That's what you're talking about. Now you're talking about the ending years where Brees was out of his prime, where Brees was still
leading some of the best offense on the New Orleans Saints, and they lost. And they lost because
had 1 year.
What they talking about? What they talking about? Winning and losing games, y'all. Look at that. They talking.
No. It's not about losing and winning games.
Winning and losing games.
It's not. Hold on. JRob, it's not winning and losing games. It's the simple fact that he's being nasty, not throwing in a lot of context. When Breeze got an elite level of defense, bro, he was making deep postseason runs in the postseason, bro.
He never won
one field goal. We was one Stephon Diggs touchdown away for going to the NFC Championship and face the Vikings. You won't say that's Drew Brees' fault because in the second half of that goddamn game, Drew Brees actually led them to a field goal drive and kick a field goal as well. We won't sit there and say that.
Hold on. Let me just clear something up for y'all because y'all. This is why I hate when y'all. This is why I hate when I bring up this win shit because y'all take this shit and go off the deep end. According to JR, Brees had bad defense. Doesn't matter if he's that guy. Has Drew Brees at no point in his career in a tough game made enough plays to help his team win despite the situation at any point, Mookie? Do you think there have been games where Drew Brees has elevated his team to win? That bad defense or not? Yes, right.
One game. I remember one game against the Giants where in 2015, where the Giants scored like over 50-something points. And it was Drew Brees that was just going.
What did Drew Brees do? Right, making his team better, even though his defense not giving him a chance.
That's why I said that's the exception. Like it's very few.
But there's guys who. But that's what I'm saying. There's other guys who can do that. Manning could do that. Rodgers could do that. Brady could have did it. Montana, Mahomes.
Those all-time great quarterbacks, though.
I'm
trying to hold the all-time great quarterbacks.
No, I'm not holding. I only hold the winning. I only hold the winning two all-time great guys. That's what I'm saying to you. The best guys in the league, like bro. For example, right now, like, do I really care if Mahomes wins another MVP? I don't really care.
It matters.
I mean, it matters. It matters. But let's say he only wins 2 MVPs for his career, but he wins 5 more championships. Like, yo, if you got 5 Super Bowl MVPs with 2 MVPs, come on, bro. Like,
I mean, the 5 Super Bowl MVPs.
So JRob, let me ask you something, JRob. Outside of the winning, what's the separator between Mahomes and Tom Brady in terms of talent?
So this is why I'm saying when I bring up the winning, y'all think I'm on some. You gotta have y'all think I'm on some Michael Jordan, LeBron shit where 6 beats 4 or shit like that, and that's where y'all be losing me because I've never said that. I've never said it's about the number of champions.
Hey, JRob, drop the link for my guy Tyree.
I'm not inviting that man up here.
Hey, you know what I mean?
You know football, man.
Nah, I'm just talking shit. I'm talking shit. I'm gonna bring him up. I'm just talking shit. Tyree, don't come in here and violate. I got you, bro.
Hey,
real quick. Go ahead, Cowboy. Go ahead, Cowboy.
Real quick. So just like pretty much the wins, like the wins being a quarterback stat, that's just comparing all-time players, right? That's not comparing like
bro. Like we split in hairs.
Okay, cool. All right. No, I was just wondering.
Yeah, so that's I always say to add to that point, the separator between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady is the Super Bowl wins and playoff performance. That's it. It's literally the wins. Because we can debate the arm talent throw. It's the reason why if Peyton Manning wins 4 or 5 Super Bowls, he probably the GOAT.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. Wait, JJ.
Let Jalen go. Because he's right now.
To me, again, the wins thing for football, the ultimate team sport, 11 guys on defense, 11 guys on offense. I do think it's a team thing, so I don't put it all on the quarterback. But when it comes to the all-time greats, the separator is the Super Bowls and the wins. Because again, like what you said, when we're talking about Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, we know they can all throw for 4,500 yards, 40, 50 touchdowns a season, do all that. But in the big moments, big games, that's separate. Even though I think Peyton Manning by the eye test is my GOAT, I can't really say that because his performance in the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
Tegan, can I ask you a question, Tegan? Can I ask you a question? You talked about you talked about why Bryce Young was better than Stetson because his ability to throw the football, all of that shit, right? Which I 1,000% agree with. Now let's say this for example. Let's just say for example, what's my dog name? Aaron Rodgers, right? Let's say he had 4 rings to Brady's 7. There'll be a legitimate debate who's the GOAT at quarterback. And I would say, to me, if Aaron Rodgers had 4 rings with the way, like you just said, the eye test stuff, throwing the football, this, that, bro, he beat a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like the only argument somebody would say is he got 7, he got 4. But if you got just 1 to his 7, Yeah.
You take the rings out of it and go.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to have 7 rings. Now Trey's right.
Hey,
like you don't need 7. You don't need 7 rings. You don't need to have more rings than somebody. You just need to
3 or 4 is good. 3 or 4.
I gotta head out.
I want to respond.
All right, Cowboy. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, guys.
I want to respond to Jalen, what Jalen said real quick about just the fact that if he thinks what's called be the GOAT if he won more rings, bro. My thing is, at the end of the day, when he won his 2 rings, bro, in the playoffs both times, bro, JRob, I know you know what I'm about to say. In the playoffs both times leading up to that, was he
No.
For me, when I look at Tom Brady playing the playoffs, yeah, he has stinkers, but I'll tell you this, he has way better games than Peyton Manning. And for me, that's the difference. That's what matters to me.
No, I agree.
I agree. Hold up. Actually, the thing is, I don't disagree that championships matter, especially in the game of football for quarterbacks and general stuff like that.
Right.
I do not disagree on that. I really am like further away when it comes to saying that quarterback wins and just winning championships is what matters for me separating Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. When I look at Tom Brady's playoff performances, in my eyes, other than the fact that he has rings, his playoff performances are just better than Peyton Manning's in my eyes. But that's
hey, JRob, do you think Trevor Lawrence? Do you think Trevor Lawrence played great against the Chargers, bro? Do you think he played good? Do you think
in that second half he did? That first half, no. In that second half he played phenomenal. From an overall standpoint.
But see,
if I would have graded, go ahead.
Rate it like you can't with football. You can't rate it as like just overall because Trevor he played like trash the first half, but when it time to play, Trevor Lawrence was playing it. That weighs more to me overall than just the first half stinker. Yeah. Like if you were to just say 50-50 half, you say Trevor Lawrence was average.
But if Herbert gets 1 touchdown in the second half, the Chargers still win because Lawrence played like.
But he didn't though, and that's why everybody criticized him because he didn't. Brandon, you got to understand if you're the franchise quarterback in the second half, and you need defense. No, it's not just because. No, I understand, guys. The team stepped up, but you need your guy to make you a play. All I'm saying is. Justin Herbert needed what did they need? 3 points, really? They needed to just get a field goal for real, right? To win the football.
They just needed 6 points.
They needed 6. They really needed 6 points, 2 field goals, or a touchdown to win that game.
And the other field goal missed the kick.
Right. And they missed, and one of the field goals was missed on that team. And all I'm saying is, and the reason why I bring up the winning thing and how and the reason why to me it affects quarterback is because of a game like that, bro. What would have we said if the Jaguars lose the game? Trevor Lawrence played bad.
That's why I said it's a winning bias.
But JRob, let me do one better, right? It's not. It's more so. Everyone was on Trevor Lawrence's head when he did what he did in that first half. But it's moments like that, and this is what you hear in the locker room all the time. No matter what level of football you play, they say, "How will you respond? You gonna go out there, and how do you respond?" Right. At the end of the day, if we go pay attention to what we saw Justin Herbert doing, at the end of the day, Justin Herbert wasn't doing nothing special in that first half, and then the second half. So if people weren't really to talk about it, it was not Justin Herbert didn't respond well at all. He didn't even come out the gate responding.
And also,
the difference is.
This what I'm gonna say too. Like that's why I said
people that pay attention to football and the casual.
But hold on,
hold on, Radar and JJ. Let me ask you a question to keep on what you're talking about too. What people also don't talk about that game is where did Justin Herbert get the football on all of them turnovers?
He got on the other side of the field.
They were layup touchdowns. They were layup touchdowns, bro.
And I agree.
Because the offense was just.
Look, I don't. That's
Joe Lombardi's inadequate offense coordinator.
I still won't discredit Justin Herbert. I'll be like, Justin Herbert, you had a bad game, bro. At the end of the day, I don't care what anyone says. They're gonna say you threw all these touchdowns, bro. Everyone understands the field position battle is one of the best things in football. You have to understand that if you're in good field position and you don't capitalize, which Justin Herbert didn't do actually in multiple positions. They're not gonna criticize him. So even if he won, since he was in good field position, they're gonna give him credit. That's the problem.
Facts. But that's why I say it matters, JJ, because of shit like that. Me and all of us up here know that the reason why they're able to score so many touchdowns because they're getting the ball on the 20, on the 35, on the 30.
But that's why I sit there and said.
But that's how it is. That's what media does.
That's why I sit there and said if Trevor Lawrence would have say if Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions in the first half, and say if in the second half he played much better, threw 3 touchdowns, right? and he still lost that game. People will still, and I mean still, kill Trevor Lawrence because the 4 interceptions really led to them losing the game. That's why I sat there and said,
I've also said I think Brandon Staley is a fraud.
The winning bias.
Brandon Staley is a fraud.
They don't kill him as much as they should.
Hold on. The winning bias. Just because, hold on. Trevor Lawrence winning, people like ignore the fact that like him throwing those 4 interceptions allowed his team to get down that big. But since he won, right? Since he came back, right? He won. People ignored it. For us, a guy like Justin Herbert, Justin Herbert. Yes, Justin Herbert. Yes, Justin Herbert could have did more. Yes, Justin Herbert. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on. Yes, Justin Herbert. Yes, Justin Herbert could have did more, right? But he didn't turn over the football. He did have I'll say a touchdown. But like I said, if you up big, your offensive coordinator should be like, bro, we up big. It's time for us to milk the clock. And not once did I see Joe Lombardi one play to milk the clock. That's why I sat there and said the Chargers inadequate of them not having an offensive line and them not having a running game down.
Jimmy G merchant in the house. The Jimmy G guy in the building. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Mookie, I'll honest with you, bro. They're not really
that nasty ass.
I like Austin.
You a Jaguars fan? You know it, G baby.
Hey, JJ, you see how I got triggered when you called out when you said Jimmy G? I want you to know I got triggered like that.
G baby, what the business is, G baby?
Because the guy sitting right next to you below there. He's the reason why I act that way. Now,
G baby, you gotta take that shirt off, man. I heard you ain't a real one.
He's a Jaguars fan. Hold on, JJ. To answer your point too, though. Let me answer your point though. And this is why I'm saying, like, y'all, and I think sometimes we pick and choose with the winning bias as well, though. Because I could tell you quarterbacks, the Lamar Jackson, after being thrown into a situation as a rookie, 7-8 games into the year, did he not deal with winning criticism as a rookie in the league?
No.
Yeah,
yes, he did. Yes,
because
no, he did not.
Come on, though.
Nobody had the expectation, bro. Nobody had no expectation.
Come on, y'all. Don't let him do that. Y'all know, don't let him do that.
I watched that scene. Nobody had no expectation for Lamar to win.
Go ahead, G baby. Yeah, go ahead,
I know exactly how this worked. I remember it vividly.
Thank you, G baby.
He came in after I don't remember their record, but Joe Flacco.
He was bumming it up. He was bumming it up.
Yeah, Joe Flacco was struggling. Yeah, I remember that.
In the Ravens' mind, they didn't think they were still going to make the playoffs. They were
like,
screw it.
Yeah, they brought
put Lamar out there. Now, once they got to the playoffs, the problem was Lamar Jackson had an abysmal first 3 quarters.
Right.
And then, but it was that fourth quarter.
How many drops was also in that game?
Oh yeah. There was drops.
How many drops occurred in that game that everybody says he was so bad in?
No. There was.
How many fumbles?
Wait, hold up. No, I was about to say because Lamar Jackson, whatever we want to say, that first game, I don't hold it against him because not everybody's gonna come out bugging a rookie. But this is just a fact. Them first 3 quarters, he was not.
He was bad.
Then that fourth quarter, it was like, and we see it now. So then the following year, that's when he went stupid, MVP and all that. And a lot of people, that is when the winning expectations.
And that's when I got really nasty about it.
When he won the MVP.
Yeah, when he won the MVP.
But G baby, that's what I'm talking about. That's when I got really onto that too. After that Lamar year, and that's when I started holding other quarterbacks to that standard. And it's all because of the way people did Lamar Jackson. What do I look like? Criticizing Justin Herbert. Hold on. Why would I criticize? Yeah, no, I agree with you, Brandon. But people expect MVPs to do great things in the playoffs, and it doesn't always happen. But my thing is when Justin Herbert tied a game, couldn't tie a football game, obviously because Brandon Staley is a fraud. I think he's one of the biggest frauds in the league. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. I think Brandon Staley is a fraud with a great roster. You know what I'm saying? He's a fraud with a good roster.
You're overrating the Chargers roster.
They're
overrated. They don't got no talent.
The Chargers offensive line was decimated.
The only person on that roster that's overrated.
The Chargers offensive line has been garbage every year.
Facts, Brandon. Hey, hold on. Brandon is not lying about that, bro. Brandon is not lying about that, bro.
Yo, T, this shit is just getting nasty, y'all, bro.
Hold on. What you said? Hold on. What you said, Brandon? Brandon, what you said?
Overrating the Chargers.
Part of the reason the Chargers lost to
Jacksonville, they were up 22 to 28 to 0 in the playoffs.
Facts, Brandon.
to finish the game in the second half. The Chargers O-line has been significantly below average every year. Slater, one of the best.
Hold on. Tegan, Jalen, Trey, G baby. Y'all don't think what these two are saying right now is nasty?
I'm trying to go.
It's not nasty. It's
nasty.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm trying to really listen to what they're trying to say.
Hey, so
I can't even hear it through the people.
No, first off, all right. So as far as the overrating the Chargers,
this is nasty, bro. Everybody has to have a perfect roster in the league to be perfect. You have a perfect roster, you can't win, bro. That's what
everybody knows. Everybody knows. Once Rashawn Slater went out, ain't nobody had faith in that O-line. We knew it was garbage all year. However, I think a lot of people's problem when it comes to Justin Herbert, more specifically in that playoff game, the defense spotted you 5 turnovers. They gave you 5 short field opportunities, and you scored on them.
Yeah, why the offensive coordinator didn't capitalize on it, G baby? Why the offensive coordinator didn't capitalize on it? You got 4 or 5 touchdowns on your belt. Run the football. Milk the clock now, bro.
Mookie, you ain't let me finish. I
Go ahead,
Cook.
Because I don't think Joe Lombardi's good at all. The second you had to make a long drive, you couldn't do it. Now, Joe Lombardi, you suck. You do suck.
Yeah, you do suck. Yeah, you whack. He's whack.
But also, too, they haven't been running the ball all year. So I'm not going to see a team that for 17 games wasn't running the ball and then expect them to change in the playoffs. Matter of fact, Mookie.
Thank you.
Mookie. On gridiron.
Cook these boys, man.
Playoff game. Before that playoff game, on gridiron, we sat up here.
To hear was good, bro.
And we
Tyree, what's good, fam?
Tyree, my bad, bro. Tyree.
And we said, yo, I don't know if the Chargers are going to win because they can't run the football, and if they get into an opportunity where they have to,
yeah, that's why I said
they can't. So literally, that's what happened.
And that's not a Justin Herbert problem. That's Joe Lombardi problem.
Wait. Hold on, go down on what you said, bro. Literally, instead of running the football, because they understood, even though I'm a person that says Austin Eckler, aside from Justin Herbert, was injured to the offense, they were not running the football with Austin Eckler. They were designing plays that was in the backfield that were similar to runs, but it's just he's throwing the ball so that way he can create with his legs, so that way he can go and do something else. He was never trying to go run between the tackles, never run downhill, never run a stretch because it wasn't helping them because he couldn't do it. Their
maybe it was the coordinator designing.
I mean, it was both. It was both. Mookie, the coordinators trash, and they couldn't run the ball. I don't care what coordinator you have.
Austin Eckler was creating plays out of nothing off of screens and pass plays.
Hey, JRob, I'm telling you this. Hey, JRob, let me ask you something. If Lamar Jackson have a 4-touchdown lead, bro, go into the second half, what did Greg Roman's calling, bro? What plays he's calling?
Hold on.
He's running the football down the rock, bro.
JJ, hold on. But Mookie, that's nasty. And you kind of context bending a little bit to what they saying because they will be up 4 touchdowns because they ran them shits in probably because of the way that offense was set up.
Exactly.
The way that offense was set up. Yes.
It could be simply off of turnovers.
They've literally been the most elite running team outside of the 49ers in the league since they've had Lamar. So they would have been running the football anyway. Greg Roman would have called more run plays, but they wouldn't call more run plays. They would have been in. They would have been in 13 personnel the whole game. They literally playing 13 personnel all game. For those who don't know what 13 personnel is, 13 personnel is one running back.
G, baby. I know what you're talking
about. One running back, 3 tight ends. This is for the people in the chat if you don't know what that means.
If you have 5 short fields, I don't care.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that like the flaws of the Chargers was literally exposed. They had that game, but it caught up them throughout the whole year, which the major concern that I had about the Chargers was their ability to not finish games with running the football. I've seen this consistently. We've seen it against the Atlanta Falcons. We've seen it against the Tennessee Titans. We've seen it against plenty teams where they had an opportunity to milk the clock, but they just kept on throwing intermediate throws, dig routes, and it was just terrible, bro. That they couldn't create anything down the field, bro.
So Mookie, if they can't,
and then also too, I just wanted to make a quick comment.
Do it in the playoffs.
You said what?
He said if they haven't done it all year long, why would you expect them to do it in the playoffs?
I didn't hold on. I didn't expect them to do it. I didn't expect them to do it in the goddamn playoffs. I didn't expect the Chargers to run the football down the field.
Okay,
what are you talking about? That's the thing that I had. That's the major concern I had about the Chargers.
But when they're whoever made the comment.
But what I'm saying is, but this is my thing, right? But this is my thing, and I agree with Trey. Like, this is my thing about what y'all be saying though. Y'all cop teams out once they lose though, and we've seen this all year. When they're winning, y'all don't bring up these deficiencies. Y'all don't talk about. And Mookie, don't you start come up here and lying, because I've been arguing with you with this Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert thing. We did this thing for a year, bro. You remember that funeral I put you in on Player's Choice, man?
You didn't put me on the funeral, bro. The chat said Lamar's elite passes. Why you want to hear what the chat said? Man?
I'm being nasty. I'm being nasty.
To get back to the Chargers
Brandon
roster,
Staley and the Chargers coaching staff aren't very good. Justin Herbert's the second fastest quarterback in NFL history to throw for as many touchdown passes as he did, other than Marino. So every time the Chargers do well on offense, Herbert gets all the credit, and every time they struggle on offense, you want
just like you do with Josh Allen.
That doesn't work.
Just like you do with Josh Allen. It's all about the defense. It's all about this guy. It's all about this guy. Brandon, you're inconsistent, Brandon.
That doesn't happen with every quarterback too. Like every quarterback, I don't care what anyone says. I don't agree. I don't agree with the notion that a quarterback should be given granted for what they do for the offense or discredited if they lose. What you're saying right now, every quarterback goes through that in the league. Every quarterback goes through that. I don't care if you're Sam Darnold. I don't care if you're Sam Darnold. When the Panthers went 5-0 and they were winning games, they were saying that they were good. And then the minute that Robbie Anderson looks like he's about to get his head chopped off, and then they start losing games, now he's bad. No, you're doing the same thing with one quarterback. It's every quarterback in the league.
And then real quick, because I don't want to forget this, you said Keenan Allen is hurt all the time. Since 2016, 16 games, 16 games, 16 games, 14 games, 16 games, and last year he played 10. He hasn't had a major injury since 2016.
Who said that?
For 5 years. Either.
Brandon said Keenan Allen is always hurt. He said Keenan Allen is always hurt.
You got caught in the lie, Brandon. You got caught in the lie. You got to own up to it.
You got caught in the lie and own up to it, bro. You biased. I
don't even know what you're talking about.
You said Keenan Allen is always hurt, bro. And I just
bro make every bro Brandon. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Brandon, no offense to you, bro. You make hella excuses, bro. I've never seen. Now you do. You look at everything. The little deficiencies.
What I'm saying is that Keenan Allen has been hurt even when he's been playing. He's been playing through injuries.
He was hurt last year.
He hasn't been fully healthy for years. Herbert's weapons are not that good. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen every year.
Will is trash. I will always put that.
Stop saying that. Mike Will's not trash, bro. Mike Will's not trash. Mike Will's not trash. Mike Will's not trash.
Austin Eckler, Mike Williams are a nice little.
Mike Williams is not trash, bro. I'm not jacking that. Mike Williams.
But he's not a top 20 receiver.
Why y'all don't like Mike Williams? I really don't like him to be nasty to Mike
JRob, I've been talking to G-Baby about this. G-Baby knows I've been talking to him about that for years.
Hold on, y'all.
Absolutely.
Hold on. No, you're not top 20, but hold on. Let me get through these super chats real quick, because we got one more topic to close the show out, because we almost at our 2-hour mark. So I want to just get this out of the way. Football CF Candy, who plays more like Cam Newton, Fields or Richardson? Damn, I don't know.
Richardson.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably say Richardson, because Fields really was not the runner in the league like he was in college, bro. If you watch his college tape, he was in that pocket throwing a rock. It was when he got to the league they started doing that. So I'll go Richardson.
Hey, Tyree, who you got, Tyree?
Out of what?
Out of that question, who plays
Richardson.
more like? Why?
He got the size as Cam Newton, just about the same speed, kind of same build. They gonna run a lot of RPO with Richardson. So Justin Fields is more of a pocket passer. People don't give him credit for that because
thank you. I like this guy already. Move. You know what he's talking about.
Richardson is more of Cam Newton type.
That's
the reason why they call
it. Tyree, you gotta stop this.
Hey, I want to say this. I'll change my opinion. I'll more than likely change my opinion when the season starts.
22 on him.
I'm more than likely.
Y'all have to watch the situation. The situation is not really what his game was, bro.
Can't do it. I'm not saying Fields can't do it, and I don't like. I see the potential in Fields. But from the sample size that
he hasn't shown it.
But Teagan, you was out there at receiver for him. He has to. Yo, I just want y'all to say y'all about to see another level to Justin Fields.
What you said, Tyree? Speak up, bro.
I said first of all, Fields don't have a running game. He is the run game. That's gonna hurt with his production with passing, because if you can't have a running game, defense, all they're gonna do is play like a cover 3 or 6 on you.
Right.
So he don't have no receivers either to even show his ability to pass the ball. So that's right. You don't see
or do you have a great O-line?
That's not true.
Right, even his O-line.
Hold on, Brandon. Why you say? Hold on. Hey, Brandon, why you say it's not true?
What?
Why you say it's not true? Speak up.
Yeah, no, if you look at the Bears receivers this year, they have Claypool, they have Moore, they have Mooney in the slots, pretty solid.
That's this year. They just got more.
The Bears receivers are fine. The issue
they just got more, Brandon.
People forget Cam Newton's 250. If you look at running quarterbacks who can stay healthy, like Kaepernick at 230, Cam Newton at 250, Fields is not big enough to stay healthy and
That's
run
why we said
10 to 15
Quentin
times a game. Fields can't be dual threat and stay healthy, taking hits in the pocket.
I don't think any of us really want him to be dual threat, though. I think most of us would rather him
in college.
That's not true. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that, Brandon, because first of all, people say he's not good enough in the pocket, but we don't even know if he's really good enough in the pocket.
And Brandon
brought up DJ
I got a high standard. I got a high standard.
Brandon being disingenuous.
But I'm saying we don't know if he's good in the pocket, Mookie. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we've had an opportunity.
Brandon brought up DJ Moore. They just acquired DJ Moore. So Brandon being disingenuous.
Well, he's going to play
like
this
they
year.
ain't gonna have a season. Yeah, but you can't have good receivers. But they haven't even showed anything yet.
Wait, yo, Mookie, I know you don't watch college football like that. Hold on, G baby.
Yeah, I don't watch college.
Hold on, G baby. Mookie, I know you don't watch college football, but I just want you to do me one favor, bro. Go watch just Justin Fields in college. If you just watch his college tape, you'll understand the point that we making about this kid, bro. Because what he's doing in the league, bro, as a runner, is not what I expected for him to have to do or be in the league.
That's actually what shocked me.
That's not what it. Bro, he threw 40. Bro, he threw 40 touchdown passes in college, bro. That did not show you signs he's going to be running like that. Do we know he could do it in college? Hell yeah, he was athletic in college. But that team and the way he was moving with the rock,
JRob, no quarterback coming out of the Ohio State system has
ever
been good in the NFL.
I can say that about other teams. I can say that about so many teams. I hate when people say the most. You can say that about Oklahoma. You can say that about USC. You can say that about Alabama, Georgia. Like, oh my God, bro.
Next topic, Jared. We got 10 minutes.
Next topic.
Hey, I was just gonna say this though, real quick.
Oh my God.
The only reason why I'm only saying Fields right now is only because of AR really still has to play
NFL games.
So that's the only reason. Like, yeah, even though I may be trolling about a lot of players when I say, "Oh, you don't have to play for me to know who you already."
Hey, before
I can see AR doing that. I'm just saying Fields right now.
I mean, I watched AR in
he's similarly
in Florida. He played just like Cam when he was in Florida.
Hey, Tyree, let me ask you
something. That's not the point.
Hold on. Move. Hold on. Y'all fumbling the bag for me right now. Let me just get these few. There's only a few super chats. Let me just bang these shits out. Sean Clifford looked the best. Stroud was the worst. Yeah, Stroud didn't look that great, but I also think Stroud that O-line and
he's in the worst situation, bro.
Yeah, that O-line. Oh my God.
Clifford should be the backup.
Yeah, I feel bad. That O-line. I'm worried about two rookies in their O-lines. I'm worried about AR and his O-line. I'm definitely worried about what they got at Houston because that O-line look horrible.
And they got taken down.
JRob. So Mahomes gets no excuses in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Mahomes has struggled in 2 of his 3.
So if I bring up that Buccaneers O-line, that'd be nasty.
Oh, wait.
What you mean Buccaneers O-line?
Against him running for his life, throwing passes on the dot, and his
no offensive line.
Killing Kelsey dropping dots while he's falling on the ground.
And not only that,
like I keep saying, and this is why I say in the chat, y'all don't really be hearing my point about this QB winning thing. I don't expect you to win every game, bro. We talking about once you get to the upper echelon of this shit. Like,
and all 3 of his Super Bowls, he played top 5 defenses.
And all I gotta say to this is I'm gonna say right now, this is why I keep bringing up this quarterback winning shit. Because at some point, some of these quarterbacks, the Joe Burrows, the Lamars, the Justin Herberts, when it gets to like year 7, 8, 9, 10, nobody's gonna give a fuck about how
The
many, I'm
numbers,
telling
they
you,
don't care how much
they
money.
don't care. They
The
want to
Tampa
see.
defense
They
Mahomes
want
played
rings.
was not
Why do you
good.
think?
I like if
everybody
your
be?
production
Why do
is
you think?
good, bro.
Bro, no, that's not true. That's not true.
Production
Bro,
and
that's
talent
not
meets
true
everything.
because Kirk Cousins' production been great. I promise you.
You
if they
saying
don't
Kirk
win,
Cut? Come on, JRob, what the fuck?
His production not good. His production not
Like you
good.
saying, hold on, JRob, you get hold on, JRob, you get on JRob, you get on G baby for saying fucking Jimmy Garoppolo, bro. About
It's Jimmy G and
you
Kirk
mentioned the fucking
Cousins.
guy. You mentioned
Yeah,
Kirk
they in the same
Cousins.
sentence.
I mean,
Bro, hold on,
Jimmy G and Kirk Cousins the same guy,
no,
bro.
I agree, bro. No,
Hey,
I agree
like
with that.
this guy,
No, I
Tyree.
agree. No, I agree with Tyree. No, I agree with
Cousins
Tyree
is
in that
far
regard.
better
Hey Tyree, but hold on, before you go, Tyree,
Whose
what team
production has
you're
been
on?
better?
Who your
Whose
favorite team?
on-paper production has been better?
Kirk
though?
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Easily. I think they're the same guy.
But they really
You've
the
heard me
same
say
guy,
I
though.
think Kirk Cousins and Jimmy G the same guy. I think they're the same guy. But Mookie, you say you like production. I'm saying
I like talent. Hold on, J-Rob. I said, hold on, J-Rob. I said, hold on, J-Rob. I said,
hold on, Mookie. Why is Derek Carr in your city right now?
Hey, all I gotta say
Why
is
is Derek Carr in your city right now?
All I
If
gotta
you
say
look
is
at
this.
Derek
All-
Carr's numbers, the numbers look good. But that production did not translate to wins, and that's
I
why
said
he's wearing
talent. I said talent.
all the
Hold on,
players-
hold on, bro. Hold on. JJ, can you mute your fucking mic? God damn, you talk too fucking much. God damn.
This nigga says I talk too much. Nigga, you say nigga go hold on.
All right, bro, chill out, bro. Cleveland Brown looking ass. Look, what I'm saying is this. Look, what I'm saying is look, bro, pipe down. JRob, mute this nigga, bro. He's killing up every time, bro.
Talking to me right now.
JRob, this is why bitches say. This is why bitches do. Oh, this is why bitches say. JRob. Hey, Lil Terry, man. Look, this is why bitches say. Hey, JRob. JRob, this is what I said. This is what I said, JRob. I said talent and production. If you have the talent plus the production is there, then that's what I value mostly in a quarterback, bro. It's not most necessary just the wins and stuff like that, because I think quarterback wins is all about the situation, because I also think football is
but in some cases,
but if you have the talent, if I can look at you and say, you know what, your talent can reflect your production, and we have some quarterbacks where you have the talent but it don't reflect the production, then that's how I judge quarterbacks. Just watching them, watching their talent and how they can operate in the pocket, read defense, go to their progressions, how they can impact the game with either their arm or any other aspect that can actually produce some of the best offense, and then they can produce in an elite way that can store on the stat sheet, bro.
JRob, hold on, let me read this. C3JJ with that Panthers outfit on. JRob is winning a QB stat and find a way to get it done until it's time to talk about Lamar. That he has all the excuses in the world for 1-3. Clown.
Nah, that's a crazy super chat.
Wow, that's a crazy
super chat.
I'm gonna tell you now. I'm about to violate you. First of all, CJ, let me violate him real quick. Hold on, Mookie. You chill out. You stop laughing. You stop laughing because your man's in LA blew a 28-0 lead, bro. So you chill out. You chill out.
He got you on that one, though.
Let me get that C3 with JJ. First of all, C3, you're calling me a clown, but you're sending us bread. So I'm gonna take that $5 and make sure I make it do something great with it. So thank you so much. Anyway,
and you're a Panthers fan. Get out.
And you're a Panthers fan. So who's really the clown?
Well, Tyree, ain't you a Panthers fan?
Bitch, I'm a Saints fan.
Who that?
Listen, like I keep saying to y'all over and over again, I bring the win and loss thing when we are trying to split hairs on being the best dudes and this, that, and the third. The reason why most reasons why people got Joe Burrow over Justin Herbert got nothing to do with talent and production. It all got to do with playoffs. So you can say what you want, C3, but there's a bunch of reasons that prove why I feel the way I feel about this shit. Because the only reason Joe Burrow got Joe Burrow over Herbert, because if you look at Herbert's cumulative numbers, he got higher cumulative numbers than Joe Burrow.
He's done more with less. Yep, absolutely. I'm talking about production. J-Rob. I'm talking about production. J-Rob. I'm talking about production.
Okay.
I'm not talking about getting further.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say he's already starting. I'm throwing him a bone here. He's still being
no. If you got Joe Burrow over Herbert, I'm not arguing that. I think Joe Burrow is like he's that guy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
J-Rob, if we keep it a buck,
I can always talk about why
two no more.
I mean, Mixon, Higgins, and
Why don't
Chase
people have
are
that
all
role?
top
still
30
argue
skill
Rodgers.
talent.
But J-Rob, I'm saying there's a reason people ain't got A-Rod top 2
because of their playoff games, G baby. Thank you. And this is why I be saying what I say, G baby, because everybody was off Rodgers, and people act like in this chat. People act like in this chat like they ain't move off of Rodgers because Brady throwing 3 picks and they didn't win. That's
and
why everybody
but J-Rob, but J-Rob, the thing about Aaron Rodgers, if you consistently get the same story every year in the postseason when you're going against the same team, against elite level defense in the NFC Championship, it's about time people just get tired of him just giving this man the benefit of the doubt when he having these MVP seasons. He's not able to come through, bro. And that's how he's playing bad.
Wait, Mookie, I have a question for you.
Hold on, Brandon. Hold on. Let me get this. Wait, Brandon.
Who's been consistent against elite defense in the NFL?
And Brandon, before y'all go, wait, hold on. Mookie and Brandon, wait real quick. This is the last super chat. Hold up. JRob, if you don't get Mookie and JJ to play Among Us together while you're streaming, you feel me as a watch. Mookie, you want to play Among Us with us, bro? These games be lit, gang. So if you want to play, let me know. You can join my Discord. You know, you feel me? I'll send you the link. I put the link in the private chat.
I don't even know what is that.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah, definitely join this Discord. I'm about to send the link in the private chat. Definitely join this Discord. You about to be crying, bro. Yeah, he don't even know what that is, so he's not even ready yet. So he's gonna do that. All right, hold on. This is my last question because we gotta end the show soon. I know y'all had something to say to each other. Actually, Mookie, you don't think anybody's better than Brady, right? Of all time.
No.
As a quarterback or football player?
Mookie, I'm asking Mookie. Just Mookie answer. Mookie. Anybody better than Brady all time at quarterback in your opinion?
He must be muted or something.
Yeah, he's
trying to research Among Us.
Yeah, he's probably looking up Among Us or something. We're trying to think like. All right, here's my last question. Final question for the road, y'all. Final question for the road. This started up a big debate yesterday in the Discord. Is Julio Jones a top 10 receiver all time?
Oh, yes, he is. Yes. Wait,
yes.
Let's list. No. Hold up. Let's list. Let's list them out. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens.
Randy Moss not top 2.
We're not doing it in order, but
that's just names.
Okay, that's 4. Right, that's 4. Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, and then
y'all about to get
after that 5.
After Larry, you just say AB. I'm like, if you I don't care.
AB is better than AB.
I'm just giving names.
AB might be better, but Julio's more talented.
You're a production guy, Mookie. You're a
production
guy.
Okay.
After that 6, you're not telling me there's 4 other names over Julio.
No way.
Are you ready?
Chris Carter is not better. I know you're Chris Carter.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, G baby, let me give you my list. G baby, you ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Because JJ went crazy over this. Please, nobody interrupt. Let me just get the full 10. Let me get the full 10.
Yeah, let me hear this full 10.
Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice, Randy, T.O., AB. I got T.O.
You already said him.
You said T.O.
I said T.O. I got Chris Carter.
Chris Carter wasn't even the number 1 receiver on his own.
Don't matter. Chris Carter was a dog.
That's 5. Chris Carter's a dog. 5. You haven't said Megatron yet.
Megatron, Chris Carter, Megatron, Larry Fitzgerald. Now this is where it gets critical. Can I say AB yet?
Yeah, you say AB.
You said AB. You said
AB. Yeah. Are you ready now? This is where y'all I don't give a fuck. DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
No!
What?
Let me finish.
Man.
DeAndre Hopkins. Now you ready for this next one? You're not gonna like this one either. Give me Devontae Adams.
No, too young. Yes,
that's 9. Who's the last one?
Stop. Put you as the host.
Are you ready for this last one? Are you ready for this last?
Y'all ready for this last host?
Nigga, me, I put myself as the host.
Man, your football take tripping, man.
Nah, this wide receiver one is different. This is the only one. No, this wide receiver one is the one that people don't agree with because they feel like it's crazy, but this is really how I feel, like dead ass, bro. The last one. Y'all ready for the? Are y'all ready for the? Are you ready for the last one? That's about to have y'all hot.
What?
Marvin Harrison.
No, I'm not even mad.
Marvin
I'm not mad at the Marvin
garbage in
Harrison
the
one.
playoffs
He's a
almost every year.
Come on, man.
She
gotta watch football.
No. We ain't gonna disrespect Marvin Harrison like that. Marvin Harrison's better than Chris Carter.
No, man, who got Astro Speed mad though? Why Astro Speed so mad though, man?
Let me get even nasty.
Hey, Mookie, why Astro Speed so mad?
I don't know.
Hey, Astro Speed, why you so mad?
Better than DeAndre Hopkins.
2 things before we end it.
No,
Hey,
Marvin Harrison
was garbage in the playoffs almost every year.
But he's not better than Julio. Marvin Harrison is a top.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, Julio don't even get into the end zone like that, and y'all rocking with him like that.
D-Hop, bro.
D-Hop,
hell no,
history gotta stop, bro.
Listen. None of my guys.
D-Hop is not better than Julio.
Hey, all I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave out with this.
T-Baby, stop it. Chad Ochocinco, stop it. Marvin Harrison better than Chad Ochocinco.
Let me say one thing. Let me say one more thing. I got Ochocinco over Julio too, but let me finish this last one.
Say, what's your name, bro? Your name is JRob.
This is my one.
Your name JRob, fam?
Yeah, it's my one. That's my one. This is my one. This is my one take. This is my one take that people don't like, and it's the thing with Julio. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this before we end the stream. None of the guys I put on my list ever won the season only had 2 or 3 touchdowns because they can't get into the box. That's all I gotta say. All my dogs get into the end zone. That boy Julio though, 3 touchdown seasons. I don't know about that. I don't know nothing about that.
Julio was double teamed on every play, dude.
Calvin Johnson literally.
Yeah, but Calvin's better. Calvin's better though. We know Calvin's better.
Calvin is an anomaly.
Yeah, he's the anomaly.
Everybody.
Calvin is an anomaly, JRob.
No, it's not an anomaly. No. It's not an anomaly. The best receivers always got. T.O. got double teamed. Calvin got double teamed. DeAndre Hopkins gets double teamed. You don't think Marvin Harrison got double teamed? You don't think Randy Moss is crazy? He got double teamed. This is what I'm saying. Y'all say the most. You saying the most remedial shit. Did you just say the number one receivers is getting double teamed? All these guys I just said was getting double teamed.
They weren't getting doubled the same as Julio.
Every number one. Oh my God!
Out of all these receivers,
hey, JRob, can I ask you something, JRob? JRob, why you got that? JRob, I gotta ask you something, bro.
Up on the other side, outside of Megatron.
Why you got D-Hop over
I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm
gonna ask you a question. Why you got D-Hop over Julio when D-Hop got seasons when he got 2 touchdowns, season when he got 6 touchdowns, season he got 4 touchdowns, season he got 7 touchdowns, another season he got 6 touchdowns.
Let me get you right. All right, bro. Let me get you right. I know you just went on Football Reference. So let me get you right though. Now, hold on. Football Reference. I'm talking shit now.
You're right. You was right.
I know I'm right. Now let me get back to what I'm saying. The reason why I got D-Hop over Julio is because D-Hop had you throwing him the football and was still putting up massive numbers. D-Hop is, to me,
Deshaun Watson's better than Matt Ryan.
How many years did he have Deshaun Watson, bro?
He didn't do shit without Deshaun Watson.
Brandon, you go for the lowest hanging fruit. It is actually
Rob, you're being a casual. Like you said, Marvin Harrison.
Bro, you literally came up here. Hold on. You know what's crazy, Brandon? I'm a casual. But you talk shit. You come up here every week on my show. Talk shit to me for a week. We gave you the opportunity to come up here. Hold on, stop talking. That was my turn. You spoke already. You came up here and had your opportunity to come up here and talk your shit. And you really ain't come up here and really do nothing. So that's what I'm saying. I'm crying. I'm coming here crying. But you literally got Mookie came up here and cooked you. JJ cooked you. I cooked you.
Dude,
you
didn't
say
shit up here.
You came up here and you ain't come up here and say nothing. You didn't come up here and say nothing. But bro,
Brandon, let me tell you something. But Brandon, let me tell you something. Brandon, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the funniest thing. Let me tell you the funniest thing about this, Brandon. You'll be in this chat next week, still riding my jock, gang. You'll be in this chat next week. You'll be in the next chat this week. You're gonna come in this chat next week. You're gonna say he's incorrigible. You're gonna type from your mom's basement. You're gonna type from your mom's basement. He's incorrigible. He's this. He's that. You don't know what you're talking about. But you're gonna use the same excuses for one player, but you don't give them to another. You came up here and caped for Josh Allen with the same excuses you won't give to Joe Burrow. So all I'm saying is, you
Josh
come
Allen's
up here
been better
every
in the
week.
playoffs every
Hey,
year
listen,
than Burrow.
everybody's a casual.
What's your
I'm a
excuse when
casual,
Burrow couldn't
but
score a
you
single
come up
point
here.
in
I'm not talking about Joe Burrow. I'm not talking about Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you right now. You're gonna come up here. You're gonna come up here and talk. But next week, listen. Next week, Brandon, you're still gonna come up here. You're still gonna come in this chat. You're still gonna come in this chat to be heard. You're gonna still come in this chat to be heard. So at the end of the day, say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. But you're still gonna come in this chat again to talk shit to me because that is the greatest thing you get to do on your Tuesday. So listen to me, my brother. It's been great talking to you up here. It's been great to have you in this opportunity. I'm glad you came up here and squandered. I'm glad you came up here and squandered this opportunity to come up here and talk. I want you to go. I want you to go back. I can't wait for you to go back.
You literally have a guy who was never
dartboard you have
in
in your office with my face on it that you throw darts at every day because you can't wait to get to next Tuesday so you can come up here and talk shit. I cannot wait for it, brother.
The show is on Tuesday. It just pops up on my YouTube.
Hey, G-Baby. Hey, who's in this chat every Tuesday, though? You don't know the show comes on every Tuesday, but you're here every Tuesday. You don't know, though. So my notification must be on. So, hey, like I keep telling you. Hey, like I said,
it's crazy.
But you still wake up every Saturday.
Never a number one for his own fucking team.
To come watch me. To come watch me.
Play JUCO ball, dude.
I played Division 1 ball, actually, Brandon. I played Division 1 ball, actually, bro. So I apologize to say that. I played D1.
And then you got one more super
Hey, Brandon, what did you play? Huh?
You got Marvin Harrison ahead of Julio Jones. You put Julio Jones with Peyton Manning.
Oh, and he gave me $10 this time. You're a Jets fan. Best quarterback you ever had was Ryan Fitzpatrick. Chill, that's OD. That hurts. Now, the quarterback you shit on last year is to save your 7-win team. You hyped up Bryce. Y'all rock with Bryce Young. I think y'all going to win the division still. I got y'all over this thing. But anyway, hey,
you ain't got the South, though. I disagree.
Hey, Brandon, what I want you to do is I want you to go home, right? Next morning when you wake up in the morning, I'm going to send you a box of glazed donuts and a signed University of Connecticut JRob jersey just for you because you come here every Tuesday to see me. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Without you, bro, this show does not go on, bro. So I got you. I appreciate you. The chat, I appreciate y'all chat. Welcome to another episode by any means. This lovely panel.
Matt Ryan's the zero.
Yeah, man, this is a lit episode, JRob.
Appreciate you putting me on.
This is the latest
I appreciate y'all.
Hey, before y'all go though, hey, I want to know, can I get an autograph from Wallow? I get an autograph.
Oh.